Niners! As the legendary off-season tour continues. Fam. Hey. John V., Isaac Page. Just as we were saying goodbye last night, I saw the contributions coming in. Thank you very much. Game time weather for today's game. I can't wait to see this. Say it again. It's fam. Here's the thing about this is crazy. The season ended for us like it does for the elite. So therefore, we don't have that far to go. I mean, we had games all up in February. Here it is, a few weeks later, we just got through with our season. That means next season is on its way here already. Wait, we're talking free agency in a couple of weeks. The draft in less than 60, what is it, days? Anyway, all this is getting back to OTAs, which is coming up really quickly. The players are probably thinking too quick for us, man. We're getting ready to take a break. I had vacations planned and everything else, and I'm reporting back to camp. But, with the youngsters we got, they'll recover quickly, and they can't wait to get back to camp to redeem themselves for a very embarrassing loss. Wait a minute. Not embarrassing. A loss. When you say embarrassing, you're talking about the Rams Super Bowl the year before. You're talking about that Super Bowl they had in our stadium when Cam Newton and company just got beat to death, right, in Levi Stadium by a ruthless defense that would have looked similar to that had the referees called holding. Okay, let's not go there and get into that all again. I'm trying to get over it now as it is, so why bother? Anyway, fam, Arik Armstead, the 49ers, that's good news for a lot of us. I don't know about everybody, but we may not be parting ways with Arik Armstead. That's assumed by so many before, due to the fact that people are already adding up the dollars, and they're complaining about the money the 49ers may plan on spending on the defensive line. But let me say this about that. You see, if you hear about the 49ers coming or dealing with Arik Armstead, it doesn't mean the deal is going to be closed, nor does it mean, like some people say, well, we're not going to make a choice between Arik Armstead and DeForest Buckner. Let's not be stupid, all right? The 49ers aren't going to get rid of the 49ers aren't going to get rid of Armstead in order to keep. They're not getting rid of Buckner in order to keep Armstead. That makes sense in nobody's house, okay? Parag, none of the guys. Are we? I hear a tweak. I want that. Are we back? Yeah. Anyway, I see people, I posted it up on Instagram. Wow, they're not going to play Armstead. They're not going to pay DeForest Buckner. Man, they've been trying to talk to DeForest Buckner since last year. You think they're going to just break off conference with him and just all of a sudden, well, we don't want DeForest Buckner now, we're going to go get Armstead. No. And besides that, I think they're seeing something in the CBA, and also they may be telling other people, listen, it's been real, but of course, our situation here, and we're going to have to sign some of our upper echelon players. But listen, we're going to give you one of the best endorsements and recommendations as you're on your way. So, and Solomon, listen, don't be a stranger, all right? Let's keep in contact, no matter where you're going next, okay? And then, of course, I'd go knock on. Hey, Dante, you in here? Yeah. Okay. Let me talk to you. All right. See, I got a feeling the 49ers are going to cut more fat than we can imagine this year, and it's going to be all newbies taking in those spots. And quite frankly, that's my. Well, you know what? Let's get into that later on, but in a few minutes. I'll let you join in that too. But the Niners front office is communicating with Armstead for the future. What do you want to see happen to DeForest Buckner's man at arms? Hey, He-Man. I'll be watching cartoons. Ain't nothing wrong with it, okay? Some of us wake up like that. We need that. It's like coffee. Anyway, Armstead he's only 26. He's racked up a team-high 10 sacks in 2019 while playing on his fifth-year option. I know players always seem to look good when they got the contract about to go out. He added another 2 sacks during the playoffs. The man has been busy all year long, and I can't get mad at him. Mrs. Armstead's baby boy recorded 152 combined tackles, 19 sacks, 3 passes defense, and 3 forced fumbles through his 5-year NFL seasons. I know. Armstead was out too long, too much. There's no telling what he would have did had he been out there the whole time. While he acknowledges, though, that his future is unclear, he expressed a desire to return to the Red Gold Empire. Armstead was quoted saying during the week after the Super Bowl, quote, "I would love being here, trying to go back to the Super Bowl. So, however that is seen or has to get done, it's not really my decision what they want to do with me," unquote. Now, Armstead is eligible and the most likely candidate to be franchise tagged by the 49ers. The 49ers are talking to him, trying to listen to Eric. And we said some things last year you may have heard of on a few radio broadcasts and things like that. We're really serious about that. We've been wanting to keep you the whole time. We just didn't know what our funding was going to look like. But listen, we're Parag's working his magic, and we think we can get this done, provided you're going to take something that's within our pocketbook range, okay? So, we'll get together with your people, and we'll see what happens next. And the thing is, as he says, you should be able to come to an agreement and want to commit that level of money on a one-year deal towards the bank account of one Arik Armstead. We'll have to see how that works out. But for my money, I'm just hoping that they can find a way. Fam, here's the bottom line. That was one of the most fiendish defensive lines I've ever seen in my life. I want to see it again. I want to see it grow together. What if Defo could put together 13 to 14 games healthy? There's not a force on earth. I give a damn about, well, you got to worry about the Super Bowl. No, man. If that defensive line comes back, they remain the Predators, and teams in the NFL need to worry about the 49ers having some kind of a virus breakdown after the Super Bowl. So this is what I'm talking about. And I don't care what anybody says, that offense is going to be lit next year. I'm laughing at the fact that here's everybody, every talking head and every other talking head in the NFL. Some are making sense now. They realize it's a stupid idea. But Jimmy G is probably taking all this in. He's hearing all this. He's a very competitive kid, and he only needed a year under Shanahan and some quality wide receivers. He'll have them next year because now he's got two solid guys he's got real good chemistry with in both Debo and George Kittle. Sanders, if I had to bet, I would say he probably doesn't make it back. Debo takes over as the number one option. Jalen Hurd, if he can stay healthy, or, of course, I'm still talking about Chase Claypool and Mims. Don't get me to it. Don't get me them boys. And boy, it'll be all over but the shout. And of course, you know about everything else on the offense. We'll be fine. That big offensive lineman. What is that dude's name? I'm telling you, man. I was watching him today on NFL Network. I got a better look at him. Mekhi Becton. First thing I do is say, Mekhi, listen, you know what? We're going to take off about 15 pounds. I want to see if I can get you under a 5 flat 40. Mekhi, do you realize if I can get you out that fast, the run game we have now will be taken to the next level? And see, because Raheem can keep up with you. If you're clearing path out in front of him that fast, people are talking about Jimmy now. Jimmy may never throw a pass again. I see all these things coming. But anyway, Tristan Wirfs, another guy, one of the best guys. So they say he's one of the best guys they've ever seen in the combine. Really? I think that's the guy I think we're talking about. Anyway, fam, and there's Mr. Block Guy says, hell yeah, let's at least keep majority of our D together and get our offense built up, get some of these contracts restructured. My 49ers owe us a road to revenge tour. And he says, Armstead is really good. He's a priority, not E. Sanders. And you know what? Actually, he's the priority over J-Dub, too, probably. If anything, he's got to be the number one priority. It just goes without saying. I do want Dub back, though. Anyway. And Mr. Block Guy says, Debo will be nice. I promise you, Jimmy G, and he will have that chemistry. I know this. Oh, man, Manningham as well. I'm expected to finish their meal. Should have to call it, too. And we're all worried about restructuring contracts. As I mentioned yesterday, you know that John Lynch may have spoken on a turn. Brock probably texted him or called him, hey, John, I'm not through yet, man. give me a few minutes here, man. You're telling everybody we're not done. Free up that cash, Prague. Hashtag free up that cash, Prague. Hey, going out to Dade City first. Oh, my.
Ronbo.
Omar, who are you?
Ronbo.
Yes, Omar. And tonight,
How you doing, Ronbo?
word has finally leaked out that they're talking to Arik Armstead. Now,
Yeah, I know. I just read that. I just read that about 20 minutes ago.
how would you feel about this deal? I mean, first thing people start doing is crying about what we would lose if we sign him, which to me is silly because the 49ers, we're talking Parag Marathi here. Prague ain't losing nothing.
Yeah,
So if they got a way figured out to
exactly.
sign Armstead, you best believe they got one to sign other people too. But what do you want to see happen?
I think we should keep the team intact, keep the line intact because we have a good line. I think Defo is going to be better next year, and I think Armstead's coming back. Our team is going to be good. Our line is going to be strong, and just wait for the draft, see who we're going to draft because we have a deep wide receiver class. If we have a good receiver that falls in our lap, draft them. You know what I mean? And but then again, it all depends what Ward's going to do. We might have to replace him at safety. Hopefully, he doesn't leave to go to the Eagles and stay with us. So, it's a lot of ifs, right now. But if we're going to keep our team intact, then built from the draft.
Mm.
And
You're probably
I'm a
going
firm believer.
to go ahead.
Yeah, I'm a firm believer that we draft. We built from the draft, and there's a guy I didn't mention to you, Arizona State, Brandon Alehi. I can't pronounce his name. He's a receiver from Arizona State. That dude is fast. Oh my God! I was watching some tape on him yesterday. He's very fast, and I think that's the guy. I think if he falls to our lap, I think we should draft him. The guy from Arizona State. No one's talking about him too much, but that kid is fast, very fast, and
Yeah, those are the kind of guys
he's
the
about
49ers do
5'11".
check out. Nobody's talking about them. It's amazing how that
Exactly.
happens.
See, but nobody's talking about them. Now, like they're just talking about the guys from the big colleges, like the Alabamas and the Ruggs and the Jeffersons and guys like that. But this guy from Arizona State, no one's talking about. This guy is 5'11". He has blazing speed, and I
Omar,
think
you got any
if
idea
he falls in our lap,
what's his 40? Is it 4.3 something? Is it less than 4.4?
yes, yeah, less than 4'4". This guy is fast. I think that's the guy we should draft. But like I said, I'm just a spectator like you from the outside looking in. Drafting this guy from Arizona State, this guy is good, man. I like this kid. He's really fast. But like I said, any receiver you draft in this class is so deep. We can get any guys in there to come in. But I like this kid from Arizona State. This guy is fast, man. He can fly. I mean, he if he comes in the Niners, man, forget about it.
That's
This
and
dude
that's
can
the guy
fly.
that's missing. The guy that takes the top off. If we have
That's what
that,
I'm saying. I mean,
then Shanahan's offense looks so much different.
that's what I'm saying. Like we had, I mean, it's hard to discredit Marquise Grissom, like Marquise because I mean a good one. I like the guy. He's been going through a lot of most of the problem. He just had a baby. Maybe that'll ignite him to come back. I like the guy, but I don't know if we're gonna keep him. That's another story. But like I said, Mike Shanahan said that it's hard to lose him, but then that they wouldn't mind trading him. So that's up in the air. Because if we cut him, I think he's getting like $5 million a year. We can cut him, his salary. So, but
Yeah, he's getting 4. Yeah,
all this stuff is up in the air.
with Goodwin, Kyle's already said he's bringing him back in camp. He's going to let him compete. And when he says he's going to let you compete, he's not saying, if he mentions your name in that vein, he means you're coming in to compete. Now, you can't get beat out. And then he says, of course, if nothing else, we can trade him. So he is an asset in one way or the other because he is needed.
But
We
then
need
again,
speed.
guys like another guy that I was mentioning is guys we already have. Jalen Hurd. He's good. I like this kid. If he's fully back injured from that back injury that he had, he's going to come back. And how about Poindexter? Poindexter, no one's talking about him. He's 6'4". He's a little clumsy. He's not that fast, but he got height. I like the heightness. He got height. So we got to concentrate too on the guys that we already have.
You know what you got to look at, though? You got to look at the guys you got. If you figure if Hurd works out, yeah, Poindexter's out. Because they're only going to keep 6 guys. So some guys are pretty much established. And you know what? No matter what we think, Trent Taylor's not going anywhere. A lot of people are already getting rid of Trent Taylor. Trent Taylor's going to be there.
No.
Debo's going to be there. Nowhere. Yeah.
Of course. Debo. Yeah, Debo, Kendrick Bourne, Hurd.
Unfortunately,
and don't forget Kittle.
And Pettis is going to be there, too. I don't know. You know what? Pettis, he may be on a tryout, too. I've never seen Kyle. We've never seen him get rid of people unless he absolutely has to. You notice? He got rid of Williams because Williams was just, I guess his running back position sort of made it easy to get rid of him. But otherwise, Kyle will hold on to them rookies or them draft picks.
I think the odd man out is Dante Pettis because I don't know what he's going to bring. He could have a breakout year. I mean, you never know. Football is so unpredictable. Who knows? He might come back and go to the Pro Bowl. I mean, we don't know that, but
and that's why he's getting a tryout. He's got to show some glimpses of that potential during camp.
It has to be
It has, yeah.
I mean, look what we gave up to get him. We moved up to get him out of Washington State, and I was having dinner with Dennis Brown. Dinner with Dennis Brown on the cruise. He was telling me that he thought he was good because his wife went to Washington State, and Washington, and he drafted him. He was happy, but the thing is, though, he's not a dog. Like Debo,
and you know what? Here's the thing, Omar. We all saw him and thought in his first year he was going to be all that in a bag of chips. The fact of the matter is, Dante's on a trial this offseason. They're not going to wait all season for him this year. If he doesn't show in camp, I think that's it for him. But we got to go, Omar. Hey, you know what? I think I'll be back in a couple of days. Yeah. All right?
Yes, because I know you've been on here every day. I've been trying to catch you, and like I said, I want to give a big shout out to everybody here in the Day City Empire, and I had a fantastic. Did you ever look at the pictures that I sent you, or no?
God, whoa, that's good. Glad you mentioned that, Omar. I don't know where you sent the pictures. I've looked everywhere. I can't find them. Omar, it's ronbosports@gmail. Did you send it to that address?
Yeah, but that's what I could have sworn I sent them to you, and I thought I did.
I meant to ask you about that last week or 2 weeks ago when I kept looking and looking. Where did Omar send these photos? Okay, Ronbo Sports.
No, look.
All one word.
Look. Here we go. ronbosports@gmail.com, correct?
Right. And your name is Omar. I've seen mail from you before. Okay, I'm going to look again.
I sent a bunch of pictures.
Yeah, I didn't locate it, Omar. I'll tell you what. Here's what I'm do, Omar. Hold up, because we're going to run out of time. Let me explain this to you real quick. I'm going to look again tonight. If I don't see it,
just send me email, because I got a picture of me and John Taylor, and he's signing my football.
I know. That's what I said. I'm gonna take a look tonight, and if I don't see it, I'll get right back to you, because I may have missed it, but I looked really hard. Anyway.
Yeah.
All right. Because I want to see
them. Of me and Ricky Waters and Tim Collier. So hopefully, take a look at them. If you don't see anything, just email me back.
All right, Omar. Talk to you later, fam.
All right, take it easy, Ronbo, man. I love you, man. Take care, brother.
Thanks, fam. Appreciate you too. Yeah. Anyway, hopefully I'll find him. All right, hey, Dance with Nintendo Stars. What do you think of the Tom Brady rumors? Ooh, don't get me started on that. I'll get back to you on that. I'm so tired of that conversation.
Hey, Ronbo,
I can't wait until middle of the month. God almighty. Dre.
Yo, Ronbo, what's going on, my guy?
Dre, man, I'm getting excited about Arik Armstead, man. I thought it was pretty much a done deal. Arik is gone. You listen to everybody talk. Man, ain't no way we're going to keep Arik Armstead, man. What, we got to pay this guy? Like Arik Armstead ain't worth a damn, I said, wait a minute. I don't know about that thinking. Man, I said, you know what? Come on, man. I need Arik Armstead. So, because that defense will look different, Dre. Without him, it really will. No matter who we put in there trying to compensate, they won't be Arik. Not now. He's arrived to whatever potential he was going to get. But go ahead.
Yeah. It's funny that you you led with that topic because I was reading the SB Nation article about Arik Armstead. And this is just a line I want to read to everybody who's worried about that. NFL agent Joel Curry of CBS Sports expects Armstead to make just shy of $18 million a season.
How much?
Salary cap is expected 18, just shy of 18, but that's not the main point. Listen to this: the salary cap is expected to raise nearly $40 million over the next 2 seasons. So keep that in mind as we get closer to free agent. Armstead is 26-year-old, coming off his best season as a pro, and his play has been trending in the right direction. And Armstead is always available. So there's going to be a lot of money that's added to this cap over the next 2 years. I can't really say who, but I've been in touch with people, man, and there's going to be a restructure or two that's going to be happening. That's all I got to say about that.
It has to be.
There's going to be a restructure. Yeah, there's going to be a restructure or two that's happening. We're going to see some familiar faces. And I think we're going to try our best to fill most of our holes in the draft. I don't see us bringing in a bunch of free agents.
Yeah, I know.
If anything, I think we bring in one free agent and try to re-sign our offensive line and defensive line depth. Another thing that guys have to think about is when you see free agent, you have to verify if they're restricted or not. Emmanuel Mosley is restricted. Matt Breida is restricted. Daniel Brunskill is restricted. Kendrick Ward is restricted. There's a lot of guys who are restricted, and that means that the other franchise has to match what you're giving them, or they have to give them more. With that being said, they also have to give you a compensatory pick for that player if they want him. So they have to give him at least at the same or more money. I think it's actually, the same or more money, and they have to give you a compensatory pick. So that's the thing about restricted free agents.
We got a lot of them.
It's not like, and it's not like you're not going to get anything for them. You're going to get a pick or two, depending on, how valuable they are as a free agent, as a restricted free agent. If you ask me, the most valuable restricted agent that I named out of all of those guys is Matt Breida and Daniel Brunskill. The way that Daniel Brunskill can go from, right tackle to left tackle, or either guard position, there's no way in hell he goes anywhere. The same as Ben Garland. That's another guy, who's a free agent, but and he's not restricted. So, guys like Ben Garland, Brunskill, Mosley, Kendrick Bourne, those are going to be the guys that, we keep around because when they go on the field, they produce. And it's not for, a high price. I see us, picking between Ronald Blair and Demontre Moore.
There's only 2 on 1. Everybody else can say goodbye.
Yeah. Well, I don't think we'll be able to keep both of those guys on. We have to pick between the two. And if you ask me to pick, I love Ronald Blair, but Demontre Moore is coming off of a forearm, and Ronald Blair is coming off a torn ACL. And if I had to pick, I would definitely pick Demontre Moore. I just think that he will be fresher. He'll still have his legs underneath him. And in that game against the Packers, when D4 did not play, we didn't have a drop-off. We had 2 forced fumbles. Arik Armstead forced one. Demontre Moore forced the other. And we also still had 4 sacks that game, and we dominated Green Bay.
And Demontre can win one-on-one, and that's a lot of guys can't do that. So, you're right. Ronnie can too, though.
Yeah, Ronnie can too, but Demontre is the bigger of the 2 guys, and I could move Demontre up and down that line. I don't.
Okay, now,
You can't
okay, now see
necessarily
that's
do that with Ron.
Blair did that too, though. See, they both got a similar skill set. Blair moved up and down the line too. They put him everywhere. But that's why I said if I had to
So
keep two guys,
Blair played. So they would move Blair inside also.
oh, constantly. I think he was better
Oh, I've
inside.
never.
Yeah.
Oh, you put me up on game then. Okay. Well, I see us, picking between those two guys. I would like to keep both of them.
Yeah. Honestly, yes.
If you ask me, Marquise just got to be gone. There's no reason to keep him. We need that money. You could take, you could take that money and spread it out over two guys, and it just doesn't make any sense to keep him.
Yeah,
Mark Nazowska. There's no reason why a guy who plays mostly special teams is making $1.6 million.
There you go. So
just guys like that have to go.
Dre,
Guys like that have to go.
And Dre, we got to go too. Dre, let me. You know what? I'm gonna probably be back Wednesday, and let's continue.
Yeah, man. Yeah, most definitely. Shout out
All right,
to
man.
man.
Good points.
Jay Fresh, Mitchell, St. Louis, play up on the wheel, my bro, Nate, Big Griff. Hey, yeah, man. It looks like our biggest free agent acquisition is already in house, and that's Arik Armstead. I don't. There's no reason why these reports would come out. You know what I'm saying? So,
right.
But believe it up to Trey. He's a trade thief. But, okay,
Trey, I know. Don't get Trey started. All right, fam. Talk to you later.
All right, bro.
Because the bottom line is this. Fam, the 49ers went to the Super Bowl with the team they got. There's no need to be out there doing too much shopping. No, it really isn't. Yeah, you can get better, but you get better by not losing anything on this team. Shanahan and EE says Shanahan makes this offense scary. Need to keep Armstead. Replace him with who? Solly T. LOL. See, that's what I'm talking about. Cliff Harris, Brady was boo last year. Not sure why everybody wants him so badly. And there are those. They don't care, give a damn about 3 years from now. Brady's going to come in and probably do so first year. That's the way it is with Shanahan's offense. People just don't get it. You don't just come in and start blazing in Shanahan's offense like you've been there for a long time. No. He will struggle for a while. We got to wait for that. And then he finally becomes Brady. But whoa, that's a year. Jimmy's ready to roll now, starting next year. By the way, he had better stats than Brady last year. Isaac Payne says, Brandon Ayuk. I watched all his games. He burned Oregon. He's a damn good wide receiver. Runs maybe a 4.3. As soon as you said 3, I was already in. Let's see him. Desi Ferguson, all these speed receiver talk, they better be able to run routes. Desi, the thing is we got guys who can run route. We need a guy that can scare the defense into backing up. Even if he doesn't get the ball thrown to him very often, back that thing up. Get them out of here. They're clogging up the field because they have no fear. We need a guy that sends fear. And that's what Goodwin used to do. Now nobody's scared of 49ers wide receivers. All them cornerbacks think they can keep up with our guys. We've got to get that to stop. I don't know how they're going to do it, but got to do it. Got to have a speed guy for that reason. Cliff H says Jimmy played 1 full year, and if you remember, Jimmy was balling before the injury. Nobody remembers that. That's what kills me. Nobody remembers that. Oh, these critics, they don't remember it. Give him time. This microwave society sucks sometimes. Everybody wants everything now and not giving any thought to what's going to happen. Jimmy would come in and outplay Tom in a heartbeat next year, and there's no doubt in my mind. Tom has too much to learn. Jimmy's already been down that road. He's ready to go. Isaac Parents, should we let Ward walk or trade him and use the money to sign Eric Sanders and draft Delpit? With Ward, you can't trade time and experience in a defense. A lot of us don't understand. Putting in new parts is not going to make us better. It's going to be a step back. Now, Delpit may be a better football player, but next year he won't be better than Ward. You know what I'm saying? He may be better than Ward, but next year he won't be. If you could get him and get rid of somebody else and let him learn, because Tavares Moore, everybody anticipated Tavares Moore being better than Ward last year. He wasn't, right? Time, experience. It takes time, experience. This is what Super Bowl teams are. Guys have been working together for a long time and have finally become one. Now they're a force. That's the way it works. So I'm not interested in watching these guys leave. If we have to, we have to. But it's not something I would appreciate. Hey, Phil.
Hey, Ronbo.
Yeah.
Well, first of all, I just want to make a few comments. First of all, there's no way we're ever going to tag Arik Armstead. He's a defensive end in the NFL, and that means that he'd make $19 to $20 million on the 1 year deal.
Is the standard up that high already?
Yes. For a defensive end on a 4-3 defense, you're getting paid $20 million.
Hey, in 3-4 is cheaper?
Tag. Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
God.
That's because the defensive ends on a 4-3 are used to rush the quarterback.
Yeah.
So guys like Bosa are going to be paid more because they're a 4-3 defensive end.
Well, that's going to be expensive in 3 years.
No, we got 4 more years.
Yeah, they pick up his 5th-year option.
Hey, the other thing I want to comment on is next year, okay, not this year, but next year, we've got $69 million in salary cap space. Plus, we're going to have an extra $10 million at least just from the increase in the cap money, because that's based on this year's cap number. So we're going to have $79 million. Plenty to sign Kittle, plenty to sign Buckner.
And they're looking at that.
Yeah. So don't worry about it. It's this year that's going to be the bottleneck year.
Yeah.
And, they can structure contracts so that they get paid more next year and then not take as much cap hit this year.
It's all manipulation of the math.
They can work all this stuff out. That's where Brock's going to earn his keep is working out these contract structures so that this year we get through, and next year we've got plenty of money. Plenty.
And the cap hits
won't
have as much impact. Yeah. All right. And that's what I keep saying.
I assume that we're still going to sign Armstead. We're going to still sign Ward. We're going to sign all those. And do you know there's a difference between a restricted free agent and an exclusive restricted free agent?
Yeah,
and the difference is an exclusive restricted free agent. All we have to do is offer them a minimum salary tender, and they have to take it. They can't discuss with any other team.
We got a few of those.
Guys like Nick Mullins.
Yeah, Nick can't. He might hate it.
Well, they get the minimum, basically. Because they weren't drafted, that's why.
And Nick's got a laid-back life sitting on there anywhere, unless Jimmy goes down.
And then Kendrick and Breida and Mosley, Emmanuel Mosley, are exclusive restricted free agents, so they're going to make the minimum.
Yeah.
Kendrick Bourne is a restricted free agent, and Ronald Blair is unrestricted free agent. So we're going to have to figure out how to sign him. But I just think that they're going to get it done.
I do too. Otherwise, you wouldn't hear any conversation about Arik Armstead. They'd be saying little things like, we're looking into the Arik Armstead situation and see what we can do.
And Eric's going to be around anywhere from 14 to 15. I think that 18 to 19 million was more if they capped
franchised.
it. Franchised him, yeah.
Yeah.
So I think he's going to get less money. I think he's going to get around 14, 15 million a year.
And depending how long term it is, he'll be happy with that. Eric's probably more interested in getting back to the Super Bowl.
I'm thinking 4 or 5 years. 4 or 5 years, and then you put some money on the signing bonus so that you don't take as big a cap hit this year. It's spread out over the length of the contract.
Right. And
you'll get it done.
And if in the next 2 years he goes buck wild and he leads the team in sacks more than a year or two, then they say, Arik, come on back in the office. Before you, listen, we were already thinking about it because we heard from your agent. come on in. Let's talk about adding a couple of dollars to your contract. You know, because a lot of times
Yeah,
they
but
do
by
that.
that time the cap will be such large that because they'll have the 17-game seasons, that's going to put more money in the players' pockets.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I'm not worried about it.
It sounds
Everybody's
like it, Phil.
stressing out about it.
You're like a big pill right now. I'm sorry, could fill the pill to get you to chill out.
No, they'll work it out. I think I don't think Emmanuel Sanders is gonna be back. I just don't.
I kind of think
and
not
the
either.
thing is with him, if he goes in somewhere else, we get a third-round compensatory pick. Exactly what we gave up for him.
Exactly what we need too. You know.
Well, it'll be next year, not this year. So.
Well, okay. Well, this helps. But the thing is, they need that extra money, though.
Yeah, we lose a third round this year, and we gain a third round next year. And we had him for a year.
Yeah,
so
I still think Debo takes over that offense next year anyway, as far as wide receivers go.
Yeah, and I think we're going to draft another big playmaking wide receiver.
I tell you, I got a couple in mind on here, but we'll see.
I know you do. I remember you wanted DK last year, but we got Debo.
I was right, though, Phil. Can you imagine DK, Kyle, and Jimmy? Good Lord. And DK with that speed streaking downfield. Oh.
Too bad we didn't have an extra draft pick and got him and Debo. That would have been a pair.
Oh, God. Well, and we actually picked up Hurd in the third round, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, let's not go there. Hurd's going to be our guy. Right.
I know it. We got Trent Taylor and Hurd coming back. That's like, getting extra players that weren't on the team last year. So.
I know, but man,
we'll be all right.
Debo and DK on the same. Oh, Jesus Christ!
Everybody relax. We'll be fine.
I believe that. All right, Phil, we got to go.
All right, man.
I'll see you Wednesday, okay?
Okay. Talk to you later, Ronbo.
Thanks, fam. And Phil, thanks for the pill.
Bye.
We love it. All right.
Yeah. Well, I got to relax you. I don't want you to have a heart problem later on in life.
Dies on the program. All right, Phil. Night.
Okay. Talk to you later. Bye.
Oh, God. I made myself crazy. Just think about it. I got DK and Debo in the same lineup. Don't always believe what you hear coming out of the combine. That's my new motto. I didn't take it seriously this year either, except for a few things. Hey, Mr. Joe Pappy says this caller's right that the DE tag is $19 million and that he won't play for us on that this year. He'll either sign a longer-term deal if he's tagged and be traded. And Ayomi Bolo says, y'all complaining about Jimmy interceptions. Now you want Rivers. I'm going to search. I want to find out who said, Philip, you're not talking about Philip Rivers. Philip Rivers? Mr. INT, every other throw, Philip Rivers. I hope nobody said that. No. Somebody watch Philip Rivers over Jimmy? Oh, no. Anyway, John Reese, Jimmy G was a force not to mess with before the ACL, however, and I know he will get back to that same dude. He was. Off-schedule plays. Jimmy was doing everything. People have never, I've never had an ACL tear either, but you need to have one in order to appreciate the efforts of Jimmy G last year, how he climbed the whole season long, coming off that with a brace still on the knee. I'm sorry. I will defend him all day long. Daniel, SF49ers fan 5249. Niners talking to the Notre Dame defensive end. Oh, yeah, I saw that. I watched home this season as I'm an ND fan, and he's a good player. Not sure if we have the draft capital to get him. Oh, I see what you mean. Because we won't have, yeah, right. We don't have a second, third, and fourth round pick yet. I keep forgetting. We ain't involved. If we trade back, depending how far back, we're not involved in day one. Period. Charles.
Ronbo. How you doing, Ronbo?
Charles, I'm doing okay. I needed Phil came in and sort of got a calm all over the place. I'm telling you, man, I Phil's right. There's all kind of money coming in next year. Parag Marath he's actually redesigned the science of math to make it work for the 49ers. He's going to get this done. I really think so. But are you going to appreciate it? I mean, is it pizza worthy that we signed Arik Armstead with you? What's going on with that?
I'm sorry, Ronbo. I couldn't hear you. What was the question?
Parag Marathi, I was talking about how well he does what he does. Is Arik Armstead something that you would appreciate coming back next season?
I would appreciate Arik Armstead coming back any time of the year, anytime, any day, any year. But for what price? That's the question. Mm-hmm. That's the question.
Well, here's the thing. And if Parag says it's good, you can trust him.
I'm gonna trust him, but like I just don't want to hit like his Eric's contract. If he makes too much money, which will make Ward and Sanders and other players leave, then I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that.
That's just what I just said. If Parag says it's okay, it's okay. That means we're not talking about getting rid of people, not important people. You know, like if he says he's got it worked out, he most likely has it worked out. If, like Phil said a moment ago, there's ways to manipulate Arik Armstead's contract so the cap hit doesn't dissolve all our efforts to get some of the other players. Emmanuel Sanders, though, I got to tell you, Charles, I got a bad feeling that we're not going to see him next year. But go ahead.
Sanders was like so huge for us last year.
Yeah,
he said he wants to do it again on his Instagram. He said he wanted to do this again. So if he really wants to do this again, are you willing to take a pay cut? Not a $10 million deal, but maybe a $4 million deal? To stay around with your buddies?
I wonder. If it's this thing though. If you have to pick between him and Armstead, which direction do you take? You got to think about that, don't you? I don't. Oh. I've already figured that one out. The defense is so important, especially that front line defense. If it was in the secondary or something like that, maybe not. I'll keep him, but otherwise, no.
That's because this is the thing, Ronbo. You have DJ Jones who was holding it down in the middle. But when Sanders left, we had Seattle, which was a disaster, and just his presence there, his veteran presence, his leadership, made a huge impact on players like Defo.
That's one thing. His leadership, he did do that, but he's already done it.
And remember, and he also has the mentality of he wants to block. He wants to go out there and body people. Not many receivers are like that. So that's another big thing. It's just his mentality alone.
You know, all our guys do. All our receivers have bought into that. He'd be just one of those. All of them block. But his intelligence of the game and able to a lot of wide receivers, a lot of players can't teach it. You know, he can. He did a great job with our guys. So that is of a huge value too.
So the only way I see, I'm gonna say this: if Ward, it's tough, Ronbo. It's gonna be interesting the way John Lynch goes about this offseason. So, like, even with the new CBA coming out, how there's going to be more money, are we going to, like, hold Buckner and Kittle next year? Because we're going to be able to pay them next year for sure, if anything.
Yeah, there's a whole lot of money rolling in next year. And Phil just calculated it around $70 million. So, as I say, if Parag says it's a go, you can bet. He's already figured out the math. We ain't losing no Kittle and Armstead. And DeForest Buckner. Anybody thinking that, just get that out of your head. That ain't going to happen. Ain't going to happen.
I'm always going to trust him. If he, like you said, if he says it's a go, then we should do it. But also, remember, we should also consider keeping Goodwin as well. Because like I remember the last time you told me he was the main reason why George Kittle was able to have that record-breaking offseason.
Absolutely. I fully agree with that.
His presence alone scared the defense.
You gotta get
this year he wasn't. And this year he was injured,
there.
obviously.
And the passing game
he was dropping balls.
it did come down a little bit. It really did. You got to get them safeties out of there. If those safeties sitting there with a big grin on their face, not concerned about the speed element coming out of there, the wide receivers, it makes things a little more difficult. Shanahan's magical offense looks really crazy when he's got that speed out there. When Goodwin was there, you could see it. Sometimes you'd see Goodwin and Kittle racing down off the same side of the line of scrimmage. You'd see Goodwin taking 20 guys with him, and Kittle would just curl across the middle of the field. Wide open. I said, see that? That's why Marquise Goodwin's his importance is so underrated. Yep.
And just picture this: if he's right, the whole field opens up. The run game will just be straight tunnel holes all day long.
It's speed.
George Kittle will be 10
Debo.
yards open every damn time.
Yeah.
Debo will be Debo as always.
Speed kills.
It's just that we need that one speedy wide receiver who can take the top off. We have questions about Goodwin, and his contract is pretty hefty at the same time.
Yeah,
and I heard if we cut Goodwin, Coleman, and forgot another player, we save around $15 million just off 3 players.
Yeah, they've been talking about that for a lot lately. So, but we'll see what happens with that. Charles, we're going to go. I'm going to tell you what. I'll see you Wednesday. Okay.
All right, Ronbo. As always, I appreciate the platform. Have a good night.
Thanks, Charles. You too. Yeah, and I bet you some of the things we're saying about the guys that are getting restructured and cut or whatever, watch it all go in another direction. Hey, Rick! Rick.
Ronbo.
Rick.
Ronbo, what's good, sir?
Hey, Rick, man. I'm getting kind of excited because I've already started trying to think of life after Armstead, right? I've been thinking about that lately because, man, I don't know how they're going to keep Arik, man. But now, all of a sudden, you can hear the music playing in the back of your head as I read the headline, 49ers working toward coming to an agreement with Arik Armstead. What? So I'm feeling real good about that. I hope they get it done. I want that. Rick, I want that pass rush again. I used to get such a rush. See what I did there? I used to get such a rush out of watching that rush.
Right.
Man. So, yeah. But how are you feeling about that? Are you on board for bringing Arik back?
Yeah. Look, like I said before, my only issue was I don't want to sign him and mean that we lose out on Defo and Kittle. But if our front office can make sure we bring back the whole band and we keep everybody, then I am A-okay with it, because then at that point we have to worry. That kind of eliminates one piece for us. So we're like, okay, now we have to worry about that part again. Then we can just start worrying about other things like we keep saying, like I've been saying, and others have agreed, keep working on the guard. We need another guard. Get rid of Persons, sign Brunskill back, put him in guard, or bring somebody else in, a free agent or a rookie. But get rid of Persons, ready to get rid of him, so we make sure we protect our number one investment, Jimmy G. Then on top of it,
and bring it and draft the big ticket, Mekhi Becton.
Oh man, that joker there. That joker there he's like a freak of nature. I've never seen a guy that big move that fast when a 5'11". I said, are you serious?
Rick, can you see playing defense and here comes Mekhi? Dude's going to be making business decisions all year next year. I just hope he's on our team, and we got to watch some dudes making business decisions. You go try to stand there and avoid that block, but move your butt out the way. How much you weigh?
Gosh.
210. That's 360. That's 350 pounds. Maybe lose weight. 350 pounds. Multiply that by the time of speed. That is the amount of pressure you're about to feel.
The line, he would call them not enough. He would call them, in basketball terms, he would call them barbecue chicken and be like, you all are not enough. You can't handle me. If he's pretty much projected to go, I think, in the top 10. I think top 10, maybe 15.
I know he is.
At the latest. But I'm with you. I'm willing, if Armstead get back on board, okay, cool. Let's trade out of the first. Or if we're able to, like our caller called in the other day, to, maybe work some trade packages to maybe send off some players and get picks where we can keep our first rounder as well as get some other third and fourth rounders. I'm all for that as well. But the thing about it, we have to get I do want to give Goodwin another chance, but I also want to bring in at least another speedster. Also like that dude Chase Claypool.
Oh yeah.
That I do Devin Duvernay. And to me, Chase Claypool will be more as an assurance just in case Hurd is not ready for to come back for the season, because I know they're predicting that he'll be ready for OTAs, but you never know, especially with the back issue.
Rick,
but get another speedster.
One question right there though, Rick. If Hurd is good to go, you ain't cutting Claypool. Look what you got now.
Oh no.
Oh,
man. But how dope that would be, because honestly, as much as I love Trent Taylor and Dante Pettis, I'd be like, okay, we can move on for this. Because if you gave me Debo, you gave me Kendrick Bourne, you gave me Chase Claypool, and we were able to somehow get either a Devin Duvernay or the Denzel Sims. Is that the guy from Baylor? The other big guy?
Mims.
Denzel Mims.
Don't get me started on Mims. The shopping out here this year is so good.
I mean, there's just so many players that we're going to – I'm getting more excited, man.
I know, see.
Give me – now, because the thing is about to open up. We're about to get on the revenge tour, Night of Faithful. I keep saying it right now. You heard it first. Jimmy G's going to win the MVP of the regular season, and he's going to win the Super Bowl 55. It's our time. We know the mistakes that we made. We're going to correct those.
And the weaponry.
And we're coming back hungry.
You just added an arsenal that makes Jimmy G now. People can get off his butt now, because a lot of people don't realize they don't blame everybody else. They just blame G. When really, a little higher quality receiving core, and
dude, like people said, if that pass by Chris Jones had knocked down that pass.
George Kittle's standing there.
George Kittle, I promise you, he's running to the end zone and doing his,
because they'll never catch him coming across. They was out of position to stop him. You're right. That he would have slanted to the right and gone.
Absolutely. So, I mean, the thing about it, he's going to get better. I don't want to hear any more about no Tom Brady for whatever. Ooh. Jimmy G is the reason why we had a spark in the first place when we were 1-10 just 3 years ago. He was the reason why we had the spark.
He's got leadership quality.
He was the reason. When we were 1-10, he came in and came in cold and won the next 5 games, where even the Niners, Joe Staley was like, man, they better be glad that we didn't make it to the playoffs, because they don't want to see us. It was unfortunate 2 years ago we got hurt. And but last year, guess what? We didn't even have the same people.
No defensive line. Defense was okay, nothing special. Offensive line was struggling. Right. Yeah, hey Rick, you know what? The first thing I teach offensive linemen this year, if I'm the coach, guys, when you see that defender pull his arms off his body, pull his arms down. Don't stand there and watch him do this. Break his elbows.
Man, I tell you what, I would tell the tackles or the guards or center, if he gets by you, you better trip him, and we'll take that penalty. But do not let our quarterback get kicked, because he's too valuable for us. I'm ready for the season right now. Honestly, I'm just like, everything is fine, but I'm ready for OTAs. I'm ready for the combine. I'm ready for the draft. I'm ready for preseason. I'm ready for us to start our revenge tour and for us to host at Lombardi next year.
This is what's good about going deep in the playoffs, Rick, and in the Super Bowl. You don't have long to wait. Yeah, Rick, we gotta go, fam. Let me see you Wednesday.
Absolutely. Like Nice People said, look, we're the best team. We're getting even better. So if you liked our team last year, 13-3, you imagine the improvements this coming year. Jimmy's going to be better. He'll be better than he was last year. The receiver will be better next year.
Yes, the best free agents right here already.
Once we're adding free agents, look, San Francisco was back on top. We're now attractive. So you guess what? Free agents, rookies, whatever, they see what we have. So now they want to be part of us.
There you go. All right, fam.
They want to be part of us, so we are the team.
There you go.
All right.
I'll see you
Have a
Wednesday.
good evening.
Night, Rick.
Okay. Bye.
It is straight from VA. Says, I really like Jonathan Grenard from Florida in the second round to replace D Ford. See, I don't know why I felt this pulling at my mouth. I wouldn't go smile. I don't want to hate on D Ford. But D, man, I need a full-time player, man. You'll come out there and give me 6, 7, 8, 9 games? I need a D Ford. You know when he did play at the beginning of the year? D Ford was just, ooh, he was good. But D said, hamstring, y'all. It won't heal up. D, first the tendonitis, now the hamstring. Trey, also Claypool's a freak, best hands catch in the draft. Trey, is that right? Sometimes these things are all charted up. Is that documented? Because if it is, oh. And Coach Timo, you saw what happened in the Super Bowl versus KC when officials weren't calling their offensive line for holding our pass rushers. We need playmakers, especially at the free safety, our only real glaring weakness at this point. Yeah. I in the 4-3, what I do appreciate the fact is Kwaski T is a guy I'm more concerned with when it comes to pass rush help. But anyway, Coach. Daniel SF, 49ers fan 5249, keep Goodwin only on a reduced salary. The dude has been stealing the last 2 years. If he won't, then cut him. He couldn't catch a damn cold the last 2 years. Hell, I bet he won't catch coronavirus. Poor David Marquise. Things weigh heavily on his mind. He's a very sensitive individual. He won't be now, though. I bet you he tears it up in camp. Then the 49ers are going to be forced to make a decision. James.
Hey, what's up, Ronbo? How you doing, sir?
James, I was like, I didn't even realize. I was having a little anxiety over the fact we were losing Armstead off the front. But I realized that you can't keep everybody when they was talking like that. Then suddenly the news comes crashing across my monitor. 49ers are working on things with Arik Armstead. I said, what? Really? What does that mean? They're not working on just to be working on it. They must be serious. Sorry, James! Happy days are here. Happy days again. Happy days are here. This is going to go each and every player, James, so don't mind me. But what are you thinking, James? You want to keep Arik?
Well, I'll tell you the truth. I don't want to see him go, but I mean, compared to one player and then looking at, what we're facing next year with upcoming players, but Phil and the other guy, Dre, they kind of open up my eyes to some things about a lot of them are, we got quite a few that are restricted agents that could only we get the first crack at offering them contracts, and then to hear that DeMontre Moore as well as Ronald Blair. The good thing about Moore, I think we could get him at a very low price and re-signing him because he's been in the NFL already. He
wants to stay because they kept putting him out.
Went to the XFL, yeah. And so with that being said, I think we could retain him at a good number. And then to hear that we're going to have that much cap space next year, that's a blessing also. I want to see him keep everybody because I look at it like this. One thing I'm really not happy with, I'm tired of hearing somebody like Prime Time say Tom Brady needs to go to Santa Clara. Well, I tell you what, I'm not feeling that because let's not forget, Jimmy Garoppolo played his first full season in 5 years of football. That was his first full season as a starter.
A lot of people won't acknowledge that. They won't do it.
He got us to the Super Bowl, but I don't know where all the hate is coming from and wanting to sign somebody who's a year or two away from getting his first Social Security check, okay? And with that being said, I mean, I don't want to see Tom Brady in no Niners uniform. Yeah, Mike Florio, Deion Sanders, a couple of uncommon talkers that they ain't saying nothing really. But I will say this much, though. I'll tell you something. I think their mindset, Parag and John Lynch and Kyle Shanahan, this is a defensive line that we got. They showed, I have been saying it all year, that they were going to interfere with some historical defensive stats. They did that. And so to bring back, Arik Armstead, and then hopefully to might as well start offering DeForest Buckner an extension if all that money is coming in.
They've been working on it.
And yeah, and with that being said, another thing too is like if a lot of players are gone that they're looking at with only picking late in the first round, which is almost like having a second round pick picking at 31st.
Mm-hmm.
Let me tell you something. I hope and pray that linebacker from Clemson, Isaiah Simmons.
You ain't getting Isaiah Simmons, James.
Listen,
he is leaving in the
he
top
ain't gonna
15.
make it, but if somebody put some old story out there about a homeless man asking for a couple of dollars and he picked up a piece of cinder block and beat the man up and all that the day before the draft. And I don't wish him to be that on nobody, okay? But I'm just saying some big lie blown out of proportion to make people say, nah, man, this guy's a monster and blah, blah, blah. But at the same time, he's sitting there and the 30th pick is gone and ain't nobody picked him. If they pull the plug on him, D4 can start packing, bro. He can go on to somebody else. That's the way I feel because this.
No, I'm just saying, I don't know if he's an edge. How much does Ford weigh?
Ronbo, Simmons has played every single position on.
Yeah, that's what he says. When you ask him what position he plays, he just says defense.
Except for nose tackle and corner. That's the only two positions he hasn't played.
He could play corner
every other
if he wanted to.
Yeah, if he can play safety, he can play corner. He can play box
with his
safety
speed.
All day.
He can play anywhere he wants to. He can play wide receiver.
I mean, I would love to see D4 get healthy and give us a whole season like he gave us when he was healthy, man. Because I'm telling you right now, their intentions are to see us go right back to this dance, man, for some years to come. Not just in 2021, for years to come, and we got the players to do it. And listen, man, I'll tell you just like this. One question mark I do have in one somebody. I heard a lot of people say they would love to see Marquise come back because he took the top off of the defense and opened up middles underneath for Kittle. Mm-hmm. But to me, I keep seeing a healthy Jalen Hurd where if Hurd and Kittle are on the field at the same time, you pick your poison in that secondary, how you going to stop them two? So that means with them two on the field at the same time, hopefully Jalen Hurd is healthy, then that means people like Defo, they're going to eat underneath. Hopefully Trent Taylor, they're going to just blow it up. Running backs coming out the backfield, they're going to be wide open because these guys, Kittle and Jalen Hurd, are going to demand double teams. They're going to demand it. But what I know about Marquise Goodwin, I close my eyes and think about the last game he played where the safety was almost 4 yards off of him. The ball was in his hands. And he dropped that ball, man.
Yeah, he had a real disease about dropping that ball before Kyle benched him. I don't know what was going on with that.
It's just that disease just kind of snuck up like this Carinara virus is sneaking up. Because he hadn't been that way.
Right.
Okay. He hadn't been that way.
And James, that's why he was having mental issues. That wasn't normal. That was not.
Well, maybe they can come out with a tablet that he could take before game time to settle him down.
Get some pills. James, we got to pull up. Let me get back to your wins there.
Yeah, man. Hopefully the birth of his new child. I hope he has a revigoration of himself and wants to come back and play good football. Anyway, Ronbo, thanks for all that you do, man. The platform you provide. Niner Empire, Niner for life. Have a great evening. Be blessed.
Thanks, fam. See you later, James. Have a good night.
All right.
Yes, I be Indian boy. Come on in, man.
Ronbo, what's good, bro?
You know, Arik Armstead, man, it put a smile on me right away, boy. You never know what's bothering you until all of a sudden something stimulates you in the other direction. I was like feeling normal as crazy as I do. And then I was like, oh, no. Tell me that. Talk about it. I said, because I said, Arik Armstead, I'm thinking to myself, we'll still be a good rush. But damn, that's 10 sacks of energy out there. Just good night, get out of here. Oh, no. And then all of a sudden, there it is.
He plays a big part.
They're trying to get him back.
Man.
A huge part. He was the guy that got loose because everybody else, Bosa is getting, they got 10 guys trying to stop Bosa now because he's just out of his mind, right? And when D Ford's right,
that
you better put somebody on him. Huh?
Mm-hmm.
And then DeForest Buckner's buck. So Arik said, oh, yeah. Y'all can't cover everybody. Here come the bus. Y'all ready? Get your fares ready. You got to pay. Bam! And he got it done.
Yeah, I think that answered all the questions for us right there. I mean, there was a big stir for the last week or so about what we were going to do, and I think right there that answered the question. You can't get that done. I actually read a report today where if we restructure Jimmy, he frees up $18 million this year alone. Ooh. So, and then on top of my guy, who we was talking about,
which
Ford, that's another $10 million. Ford, yeah.
D's not answering his phone, man. He's just D. Boy.
Nah, I think it's getting done.
You think so?
I think it has to because look at the stir about all of this really was in with the last few days. You know what I'm saying? And then they keep responding. Every time we keep feeding them, what's going on, they keep responding, and they responded in a big way.
Yeah.
But they don't. And you know what? I'm sitting here thinking, I'm listening to the callers. They're like, yo, what's all the hate about Jimmy? The hate is Jimmy is not Hollywood. Jimmy's not Hollywood.
It's an epidemic.
Even though he's valuable and worth all of that to us, to the money game, he ain't worth that because he ain't out there with the commercials. He ain't got his face out there like Tom Brady. You know what I'm saying? He don't care about that. All he care about is team. And when you talk about this money thing, this football league, they don't like that. They like competition. They want to stir the pot. So they want to throw, because you talk about Joe Money. Joe Money was money on the field and he was Hollywood. You know what I'm saying? So this is a different. We got a young man who's growing within the system. It's all brand new to us. That's all. But I think they answered a lot of questions.
I do believe, though, if they were to ask Jimmy, he comes out of New England, he watched Tom, I believe he would do what it would take. If they say, Jimmy, if we can restructure you, we can, hey, listen, guys, you know what? I was just waiting for you to bring me the papers. Do what you got to do. I'm fine. He's like that kind of a guy. He'll take care of his teammates. I really believe that about him. Yeah.
Oh yeah. No, Jimmy's a class act, bro. And you can see that. I mean, you can see Kittle and his wife donating money. You know what I'm saying? And you can see it was heartfelt. It's different when the 49ers do things because they trying to set a precedence. And I think
they really do like each other.
From Eddie DeBartolo.
Exactly. And really
it's the nature. It's the nature of the team. It's the team, man.
Absolutely.
They're trying to bring back that atmosphere.
I think they did it
because
last year,
it's a negative. Yeah. You know why I say that? I say that because I heard when we was going after Deshaun Jackson a year ago, and he got a lot of love for the Bay, but he said, man, it's just I think the atmosphere wasn't right. Plus the money, So, and I'm from the East Coast, so I don't know what it's really like over there. But I'm putting two and two together that they're trying to rebuild something there. You can't force that energy. That's organic, and the 49ers have always been organic.
And Eli, that's why they talk to players before they bring them in, because they know what to expect from them. Because every guy in the locker room supports the other guy. So that's why I'm saying, if you go to these guys and say we need to do this in order to get us back to this level and keep us at this level, you're going to get your money. But right now we're going to move this, and this.
And I got to apologize too, Ronbo, because I really, really think now, because of this announcement, I think we are going to get Sanders back. And I think that's why they want to keep Goodwin. Because if you think about it, I'm not saying we're not going to try to re-sign or that we won't re-sign Bourne, but think about our offense if we would have had Debo, Kittle, Sanders, and Goodwin instead of Bourne out there. That's electric right there. You can who you gonna stop? Everybody is one-on-one. You have to praise that. It's different. Bourne is tough, but Goodwin deserves.
I got to tell you, though. Kendrick's already been signed. Listen, I want to mention, too, also, Kendrick Bourne doesn't. He's not a part of the equation. Kendrick Bourne is a, what is he, he's a restricted.
The EFA.
Yeah, he's not taking any money from anybody. So Kendrick probably got signed a few minutes after the thing's over. There's about 4 or 5 people who got signed. They're not involved. The big money guys are the only ones they're talking about. But as far as a roster spot, though, that's another story. Well, he's still got to make the team. But go ahead.
Yes, sir. Oh yeah. No, I think that's inevitable. I think and that comes along with what's my man with the puffy hair? You know how I'm talking about. They call him Kitty Cat on here. I can't even think. He ain't played in so long. I forgot my man's name. You know what I'm saying? But it comes along with him. And I don't. I think I want to see what Hurd's gonna do. I want to see what Taylor's gonna do. But on that receiver tree, I think it's different. Because then we're starting to emphasize pass more than what we really do.
I mean, we got to go, fam. But listen, you know what? All them guys, Kyle is hardcore now. If you can't make the team, you can't make the team. We're going to see these guys at camp. And if they don't bring their best stuff, boy, they're going to be hatting up this year. Guarantee you that.
Dante, that's who the hell I was talking about.
They've already written articles on it. Solomon, if Dante comes in and does not perform during camp, his little butt is out of here. And I can't believe it for a draft pick only a year ago. But anyway, man, let me see you Wednesday, okay?
All right, Ronbo. Hey, shout out to Phil, too, for keeping everybody relaxed, man.
Oh, yeah. It's Phil who did it, man. Phil's something, ain't he? Phil the Pill.
My man. All right, Ronbo.
See you Wednesday.
All right, peace.
Oh, God. 49 Brian says, quit hating on Jimmy. He's saying he needs a restructure. It's not happening. Actually, Jimmy G's already got a cheap contract. I don't know that somebody said $18 million would be freed up restructuring contract. I don't know how that works, so maybe it can. Yomi Bolo reads, hey, did you see Bourne's tweet? Seems like he got what he wanted as one of our restricted free agents. He just tweeted and seems happy. Yeah. People thinking Kendrick Bourne was going to affect whether we could sign this or that. No, he never was involved. Now, Kendrick has to come in and make the team. That's the only thing he's got to worry about. Yeah. And Coach says, let's re-sign Armstead too, but he better not take plays off now that he gets his money. He won't survive the fans' onslaught. We'll draft a free safety or in the second round with trade of the third. Coach, did you see Armstead taking plays off last year? I mean, I seen him make a couple of. He dropped back in pass coverage a couple of times. I never saw him being lazy. Of course, I didn't see him every play, so I just never thought of that being a problem of his. Now, you want to talk about D. Ford being absent? Often. Okay. Hey, Sheik.
What's up, Ronbo? What's going on, man?
Sheik, I'm sitting here, man.
Are you feeling great today?
I'm feeling great, Sheik. I was just worried about Arik, man. I said, we're not going to be the same defense. I mean, we can pretend like we're going to be fine, but we're not going to be fine. We'll be okay, but we'll have lost a little potency, It's like going to a bar where they water the drinks down as opposed to the more expensive bar where you take a drink and, woo! And the other bar, you got to take 3 or 4 sips before you finally feel something. I don't want that. I like that defensive line. And another thing, Sheik, a second year, I got a more seasoned Nick Bosa. I got DeForest Buckner and Eric. They got a rhythm going in the middle right now. If we could just get blessed enough to have a healthy D Ford, oh, my goodness. But, Sheik, go ahead. Let me get out of the way.
Well, no, you're totally fine, Ronbo. But we talked about this last night about keeping Armstead and over. I want Sanders to come back, but if you had to pick and choose, you got to go with the younger guy, and the core is the defensive line and the offensive line, obviously. But Armstead makes sense because he's a younger talent. You know, the chemistry that he has with these guys and how he's been every time I tweeted you, I was like, every time I see Armstead making a play, I see him rubbing. It's making me hungry every time because, you know, we see these guys doing their thing. Now D4 just needs to get healthy, like you said, and we'd be good. You know, everybody's worried about the contract. Oh, we have 13 or 16 or so. I don't know. I lost count how much we have. 17 million in the cap space, and we're going to lose it. But at the end of the day, there's always free up we could do. We've got McKinnon. We've got Goodwin. D4 if you want to restructure, and Jimmy Garoppolo, because you know what Brady did, he could do it next year. There's always wiggle room to fix his things.
And Jimmy's gonna get more endorsements. He's gonna be at some point. Jimmy gets, you know, he's gonna do like Brady. He's gonna be doing so many things on the side that his salary is just gonna be his spending money. You know, that's what happens to these guys.
Right. And I'd like to shout out to the last call. I don't know his name, but shout out to you. He brought it up perfectly. You know, Jimmy Garoppolo is not a Hollywood guy. He's definitely he's a team guy. He's a low on the cover. He doesn't even he doesn't even retweet or not tweet. Text back George Kittle when he asks you want to go to movies or something like that.
I know. Jimmy Bryce says, George, you know my phone number. There's no need to tweet me, and so everybody can see it. George Kittle is George is the Hollywood dude. George could do any number of things. He could do movies. He could go to the WWE. You see what he did with Rich Eisen? He could go out and be an MC. George is just, guy's entertainer. That's what he is.
That's why I love George Kittle, the WWE guy. He's a wrestling guy. So I appreciate him. And that the little, every play that he gets, he does a little, everybody thinks it's a T kind of thing, but no, it's a wrestler called Lucha.
Right.
Don Jr.
I forgot. I read about that too.
So,
and how many guys do you know that lay a block or get tackled and are laughing as the guy gets up off him? George is laying down there laughing. Right. I guess because the guy's late or something. I can't imagine. What is he laughing about? George loves this game.
He's going to get paid. And he's another one that's not selfish, Ronbo. This guy's going to get his contract. DeForest Buckner's going to get his contract. You know, they know what. They love this team. He even said it to Kyle, I love this team, Kyle. And he told his wife, actually.
You're right. And don't tell you until I get my contract.
So I'm not sweating it, Ron, but we're going to figure this out. But let me just say the difference about our organization compared to others. There's a rumor going on right now. MSN.com said Drew Brees rejected a contract with the Arizona Cardinals for 2 years for $60 million.
Drew Brees,
that's a slap in the.
Wait, doesn't he? He still he doesn't have a contract with the. He has to renew his contract with the Saints.
No, he's a free agent right now. He just has to come back.
Drew Brees
but
wow.
I tweeted. I sent it to your private message. You can see that.
Whoa! Wait, Sheik, you said Arizona Cardinals.
Arizona Cardinals. Yeah.
So Kyler Murray
got rejected.
Kyler Murray would sit down?
Yeah. Or they want that Tatum Hill and Breeze kind of, but that's kind of stupid. That's a slap in the face to Kyler Murray. So, hey, you want to stir up stuff, that's what you're going to do over there. That's what Arizona Cardinals does. That's what the Rams does.
That's got to be a rumor.
So
if I'm the Rams, I asked Drew Brees to come on over, but I mean, they use a first-round
Check your private message. Check your private message on Twitter. I sent you that link where it's coming from. So you'll see what I'm talking about. But so it's interesting. So it's like the reason why I bring them up is how Garoppolo is going to be. He's a Niner for life. Nick Bosa, George Kittle, Arik Armstead want to be here. They have reason because they get along with everybody. They love the organization. They love their owners. They love their coaches. So we're very lucky to have that in our team.
Whole organization's like that. You know, all our players are like that. They all seem to care about each other. And I believe you can come to them and say, because you're not, when they say restructure, doesn't mean we're taking all your money. We're just going to move things around. We just want to get your permission with it, you know? So I'm loving it, you know?
Well, D Ford, he needs to take that call. I know he loves it here as well, but he needs to take it too. He needs to take it. K1 Alexander, man. Alexander fucking, sorry to curse, but he balled, and he didn't restructure. If he could do it, you could do it. D4, come on, man, get it together. But we should be good, Ronbo. We'll figure this out. But I have a weird feeling about Tevin Coleman, Ronbo. He might be the potential cut.
Always worry about your running backs, because Bobby and Kyle, Sheik, I think we could go suit up this preseason and we'd pull off a 500-yard season, man. These guys are so good at making it possible for those running backs to thrive. It just makes me crazy to watch them work. But anyway, we can't disrespect most of those guys. They work hard for the money. Yeah. They work hard for the money. Sheik, we got to go.
Definitely, brother. Well, hey, I know you're going to be off the next couple of days, but I'm going to hear from you.
I'll be back Wednesday.
Because Arik Armstead might get the contract. It's like,
God, wouldn't that be great? If he gets tomorrow, forget about it. I'll be back tomorrow. I know that ain't going to happen, though.
All right, Ronbo. Well, shout out to the faithful. Shout out to the Ronbo chat. You know who you are in the private chat, in the Ronbo chat. You know, share, hit that like for Ronbo Sports, because, you know, he's there 24/7 all year long, baby. Let's go Niners.
Thanks, Sheik. Love you, fam. I'll see you Wednesday. Thanks, babe. All right. Yeah. Hey, Lee, come on in. Lee.
Yo, what up, Ronbo?
Lee, man, I tell you, I'm liking what I'm hearing. We always go through this with the 49ers. First, you hear about something that's really scaring the bejesus out of you, and we should learn not to always listen to everything the media says, because the media has a lot of crap that they like to throw out to get people's attention, especially they like to take shots at the 49er empire for some reason. But anyway, well, I guess they're doing it to the Cardinals right now, too. Can you imagine your Kyler Murray? Drew Brees is said to have turned down a $60 million offer from the Arizona Cardinals. If I'm Kyler, I can see him sitting there drinking some. What? So you don't believe anything. But the good news is they're talking about closing in on something substantial to get Arik Armstead back. I'm delighted. All right. I didn't know how much they cared. But Lee, what are you thinking?
Yeah, I think we talked about it the other day, Ronbo, with Armstead. Like I said, I don't mind either way. Like, there's benefits and positive. There's positive.
That's right. We did talk about that. I remember. Yeah.
Yeah. And we said, you keep him, keep that defensive line together. He had a great season last season. The best thing I like about it, if we do re-sign him, too, is his age. He's 26, so he's in the prime of his career.
4 more years.
Best years out of him.
Hardcore, yes.
And then, I know there's a lot of people talking about, taking and trading him, and that would be good for draft picks. But either way, I think it'll work out. They'll make the right decision, I think, when they weigh it up. We can always still trade other players to get picks, We can get some later picks with some of our other players, hopefully. Like, I think it was Rick was saying, Ronbo. And, when I look at the draft, I'm the same with the earlier caller that said, pick a wide receiver later. I think, you can get, your Chase Bulls, guys like the guy from Texas, later in the draft, and they can help out. I don't think it's a major need. And if you are going to get a wide receiver, give me a number one. Don't give me a guy in the first round that might be a number 2 or 3. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's the risk you're taking, picking that receiver so early. Then when I look at other positions, I like to go defense. Like I said, I think if Gladney, the corner's there, or a safety like Winfield's there, I think you take them because one thing I've noticed, even though we've had Ward and Tart, they're not big-time playmakers. Ronbo, I think other people have said it too, and I like playmakers. When you've got a front that dominant, you need guys that can, make big plays, and that's a thing we lack sort of in the backfield. We just had Sherman really getting it, INTs last year, and he's not getting any younger. And the benefits, if you do go corner, you've got him there to groom a guy like Gladney or another young corner like C.J. Henderson or something like that. And if you wait another year and then we lose Sherman, you're not going to have, his progression is probably going to slow down because he's not going to have such experienced vet there to teach him.
Lee, you can you make projections, because you watch closely on what's going on as far as the draft. If the 49ers don't trade back, they'll have 5th, 6th, and 7th round. I don't see the 49ers not trading to move somewhere. They got to, they got to get rid of that first-round pick most likely because I know they're chomping at the bit to figure out if they can get some more picks. Come on, 5th, 6th, and 7th round. Come on, that's nothing. It's good because the 49ers do a good job of those late rounds. But where do you see the 49ers going? And if they are stuck with the 5th, 6th, and 7th round, do you see any hidden gems that might fall that far? Have you been looking at Walter football? Because I haven't done that yet.
Yeah, when I think about it, one thing I know of the Niners is they will trade. Lynch did that the first year. He came in, he traded back. And when I think of guys that could fall, like that's where we hit, the Warners, the Kittles, like guys like Adam Peters in our scouting department, they hit with those later picks.
Even Richie James.
I think they will try and get back and get some more picks in that area because that's where they seem to do so well. Then, we've even had UDFA guys like come in, like Kendrick Bourne and Raiders, and they've even played big roles.
Mosley,
when I think
impresses me for what he is.
Yeah, Mosley. There's another one. When I think of later guys, I think a lot of them have been said, like guys like Baseball and but there's that guy I said from Memphis, the running back. I think he's huge, Ronbo, because he's like he's like having a sniper rifle, an M16, and a shotgun. He can be a special teamer, a running back, and a wide receiver.
Yeah, but
he can replace guys like
can he catch out of the backfield?
Catch out of the backfield.
Okay, I was waiting for that.
He can play. He worked out with the wide receivers, and then the other thing I like is he could take over a guy. Also, like he takes away the needs out of McKinnon away. It takes a guy like Jeffrey Wilson because he's bigger and faster, and he also he can give you that Deebo Samuel effect, And there's a few other guys. Another late guy, I think. I think the other callers have said the guy out of Texas looks good. He's a bit like Deebo too. He can break tackles and that. Who's another later guy like? Quite hard when you get defensive draft. I'm trying to think. I should have heaps, but I didn't think I was going to say this today.
Because even when they find Tavares Moore, nobody he didn't have a pro day. He didn't show up at the combine. 49ers have guys running covert missions around the whole U.S. or something. How'd you know about him? One thing I want to ask you, though, Lee.
I think another big...
Because we're going to run out of time, but I want to ask you real quick. Now, listen. If you're going to get rid of people, what impact do you think that's going to have in the locker room? You get rid of TC. Are the rest of the guys going to be affected? Yeah. I've been thinking, how do you make the rest of the guys realize TC had to go because they're such a close-knit group now, and they all support each other so much. Do you take a risk of maybe burning a little bit of trust around that locker room?
No, I don't think so, Ronbo, because if you look at guys like Sanders, like they came in like during the season and they just fitted in so well, like it doesn't. If you look at the last few years, guys have come and gone, and they've still kept their locker room. They've kept the chemistry. Guys are so tight. Sanders came out and said it. So, Oh, one thing I wanted to ask you is, guys that don't want to draft, Ronbo. We've been talking about guys we don't want to draft. Don't give me that Clemson corner out of Clemson corner AJ Terrell. Like people will look at him and think he's big and fast. He ran a 4.4. Yeah. But Ronbo, you should have seen him in the drills. He was falling over himself. Doing back pedals and trying to open his hips and dropping balls. Yeah. Don't give me those guys, please.
The thing is, I worry about the last year's combine. Kind of let me down. I thought DK Metcalf was going to struggle in the NFL, and my God, no, he didn't. Anyway, Lee, we got to go. Let's continue on Wednesday.
No worries, Ronbo. Thank you for everything, too. Shout out to the Empire.
Thank you, Lee. Have a good night, fam. See you Wednesday. The combine, man. I don't know about the combine. And also, here's another thing. Drafting up or down, think about that for a minute, fam. We drafted up for CJ. We drafted up for Williams. We drafted down for Solomon T. You see where I'm going here? We drafted up for Dante. I don't want to scare nobody. I'm scared. We drafted up for Reuben Foster. Salvador. Let me stop, because if I keep talking to myself about this, I'm going to make myself freak out. We can't trade up and down. We do a very bad job at that. But Sal, go ahead.
Hi. Hello. Jesus. Can you hear me, Ronbo?
I can hear you, Salvador.
All right.
And I don't agree with that. I think Lynch maneuvers the board pretty good. He's
I know. I'm
always
just
a
saying
wheeler.
he does, but I'm
He's
just
a
worried
wheeler
about
and
the
a dealer.
players that were involved in these trade ups and trade downs. Has any one of them worked out yet?
Trades up, probably
and down.
not.
Solomon
Involves,
Thomas, we traded
moving.
down.
Yeah.
Dante Pettis, we traded up. Joe Williams, we traded up.
Oh man, Ronbo, you're making me look dumb now. Yeah, you're right. Nothing works.
CJ. Oh my God!
CJ,
throw a flag on you, Ronbo. Oh. Okay.
I mean,
it's gonna get better.
Come draft day, Ronbo, we need some more capital, obviously. So
yes.
We're gonna move some players. We're gonna move some picks.
I'm gonna be scared too.
Listening to the show, I scrolled over to, I think it was Niner Noise, and they had like 5 possible trade scenarios, and it was pretty scary because, well, not scary, but it had a lot of good trades in there. One of them was trading out of the first round and trading out with the Steelers, I think it was.
Yeah.
The Steelers would give out like 2 picks in the second round, and 2 picks in the third round. That was a big haul. I was really impressed with that one. But there's also another one where, like, I mean, you're trading Marquise Goodwin for a 6. I don't think you should do that. Marquise Goodwin is worth way more than a 6th-round pick.
Yeah,
he brings value and
about
speed. So you can't move all these players, but
yeah.
We have players under contract that you could trade for, some capital in the mid-rounds. Like I said a couple of nights ago, the franchise tag, hopefully we never get there with this good news, but Arik Armstead was a possibility to get traded.
Mm-hmm.
But obviously he's not going to go there no more. I looked up his contract, Ronbo. He only made $9 million this year.
Eric, yeah, that was the 5th-year option, pay. Yeah, I know.
So I don't know why he would take such a massive pay increase too when he had his highest productive year on a $9 million salary.
Hmm. The thing is, though, everybody looks at he's got to get somewhere near the league standard. So as long as somebody said it's $19 million from 4.3 DEs, so that's what they get paid now. So if he takes a long-term contract, say a 4-year contract at 17, he might be okay with that.
I don't think he's ever going to get that high, Ronbo.
Well,
I think
with this kind of production, he can get it
probably
elsewhere.
Cap off.
That's the problem.
Well, then if it gets elsewhere, then we get our picks, right? We get our side of the bargain.
Yeah, but what happens to our defensive line?
It has to be a sign and trade.
Yeah. Because you can't take the best guy, your most productive guy out of the defensive line and not notice it the next year. Anyway.
I was looking at the numbers, and I think we could give him a pay increase of around, $12 million to $50 million.
Oh, no.
He's already making more money, right?
Yeah, but that's not enough. You can't do that. He's got at least...
Not to Arik Armstead?
He's got to get at least 16. I mean, because this is one of our best run stoppers, one of the most athletic guys on the line.
He's versatile, and I like everybody, but I'm trying to make the numbers work.
Yeah,
and I think giving him a bump from this past year's salary, I think he's pretty much happy with that. But then you also got other factors with it. Emmanuel Sanders. I still don't see him, taking less than another 10 million, 12 million off our books.
That's why I don't see him coming back. His agent's not going to go for it.
It's getting complicated with the numbers, but that's Parag's thing, and I'm just looking forward to the new year.
It's already here.
Every day, Ronbo, we get more prospects coming on our TV screens. The DBs went by; they look all good. I like C.J. Henderson from Florida. I'm also I don't know if you heard Jalen Johnson. He's from Utah. I'm a fan of him too.
Yeah, is Jalen Johnson? Is it receiver?
No, he's a corner. I'm talking about cornerback.
You're going defense.
Yeah, defense.
The 49ers won't talk about
C.J. Henderson was a defense.
I think these guys, they're going to pick up. If they pick up any defensive guys, it's probably going to be, if they do draft back at 31, they're going to get a wide receiver. They're not kidding. The 49ers really want to see if they can find a premier wide receiver.
We need skill positions with the first
and then after
pick. That's
that,
what I like to.
they might continue to look for holes. I guess defensive back. Offensive lineman, though, I tell you, somebody said Persons is finished. They're not going to look to start him next year.
I don't think we draft linemen. I don't think we draft linemen unless they're like bona fide stars, like
your first rounder,
maybe. You know, yeah, the first rounders. But because like guards, I think we're gonna do undrafted free agents and free agency. That's what we do with the guards. But the tackles, obviously, you got to spend some capital on that. So that's what we did with Michael Vinci. I don't think we're in that need yet. What's up with Staley? Is he coming back or is he still on the contract?
Staley's coming back.
Yeah, you see, so that's a problem for another year. Finding his replacement.
They were coming up the middle and they were getting through Person. You got Weston Richburg getting back, but like somebody said the other day, you can't expect Jimmy to perform at top caliber, and not in Kyle Shannon's offense with guys blitzing through the middle of the field. And sometimes we saw when they showed the replay. Yeah. Dudes were coming in. It was like 15 miles between him and anybody to stop him. And there's Jimmy standing there, a sitting duck. Get rid of Jimmy G. Oh, man, get rid of you. Because how you going to do? The man came in clean. So, they might have to find out.
Before I go, Ronbo, I want to touch up on that because Mike, who was our center in the Super Bowl? Was it Ben Garland? It was Garland,
yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think he was picking up the blitzes, Rombo. He didn't pick up the blitzes, and that's what Weston Richburg excels at.
Yeah,
so,
he's a backup. So that's why we got to be careful about those guys playing offensive line. They got to do a job, or else the offense has to suffer. But Sal, let me see you Wednesday, fam.
For sure.
All right. Have a good night, fam.
Rombo.
All right.
Take care.
You too. And we going over to check out Shay.
Ronbo.
Shay. Well, Shay,
how you doing, Ronbo?
Oh, Shay, I'm overjoyed tonight. I'm going to be so delighted on opening day. Now that she says, well, the 49ers were somehow able to keep that defensive line, much to the chagrin of the rest of the NFL, together, and the gang's all here. And tonight, I wonder wouldn't it be funny if we started the Green Bay Packers? And Aaron Rodgers probably is not excited about coming to San Francisco to see his old buddies again.
Right. That would be hilarious.
Aaron does not like the 49ers frontline defense, Shane.
No, definitely. Ronbo, I mean, just some good reports again. Like McKinnon is going to meet this week also with the 49ers front office to go ahead and talk about his contract with his agent.
Surprised.
So, I mean, it's just, again, it's more conflicting reports. I don't know why John Lynch is coming out talking about they're not restructuring anymore or whatever.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with John.
Yeah, here we are actually have official news that, wait, we are restructuring still. So, I don't know what's going on with that, but they kind of got to get it together. But, I mean, I have high hopes. Hopefully, we're going to go ahead and retain Armstead, man. The dude's just a freaking beast. And he really showed out last year. Obviously one of the most dominant linemen we had in the entire NFL. I mean, the guy was just wreaking havoc. Finally got to have fun. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got one-on-one matches, so I'm not getting double teamed. Me and Buck not getting double teamed because, they got to double team that kid from Ohio State and Nick Bosa, right? So it just feels good to finally be like,
the human bomb.
Right. He's going to – exactly. So, he's, you know what I'm saying? So it really just feels good that, we're actually being able, to try to retain him, and I like that. Like, I'm happy the fact that we are making an effort to go ahead and be like, hey, Eric, we want you here long term. Hopefully, so I'm thinking somewhere of like a 3-year, $50 million deal. That gives him around 16, 17 annually, which is not bad.
His agent can't refuse that. That's a good deal.
Right, and then you could give him like 40 to 35 million guaranteed, and you could tell him like if it doesn't work out here, you're gonna be by the time the contract ends, you will still be in your 30s. Which is still pretty young, and you could get a 5-year deal from somebody.
Put some incentives in there and build that money up crazy.
Right.
You get 10 sacks this year, that's another $2 million. You get to the Pro Bowl, Eric, I'm going to add $3 million for that. All right? At any time, if we get to this level, I'm going to add some more. You make it so he's just nasty rich if he achieves all those goals. So, and that'll keep him inspired.
No, yeah, most definitely, Ronbo. Exactly. And that's probably like the biggest goal that I feel like the 49ers should do is just give it an incentive-based deal, make it team-friendly, make it something accomplishment, like if he gets, 5 sacks, if he gets, something like 30, 40 pressures, or just something simple like that.
Get paid
that he
for
can
everything.
achieve over the years.
Yeah.
Right. 10 tackles for loss, like just something he can do or accomplish relatively easily. So that's what I feel like. Yeah. And
yeah.
Exactly. But I feel like, we're looking good for the 49ers. I'm really excited. Again, the front office is talking. We're still not done making moves. Everybody's talking about who they think we should draft. I would just hold off on that because you never know. The 49ers can hit you with a curveball, or we could get someone we haven't even expected before. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I'm thinking that I'm leaning. Everybody's talking about wide receiver. I really like Justin Jefferson. I'm high on that kid. I've seen enough film. I mean, the kid is just a baller. He's that dog. I think he's like he's what Pettis is supposed to be, man. I really do feel like the intangibles and everything. I just feel like that's exactly what Pettis is supposed to be. Their grades are the same. They're really typically like 6'1", 6'2". I think they run around the same 4.40. Like, I just feel like that's what Pettis is supposed to be, man. He's not.
But he's not a mean man, Shay. The dude, I don't know.
He's not.
Dante I don't know what happened. He's just not a tough guy.
Yeah, he's just not. He's not. That's just not. Everybody's making fun about that cat. He has like questionable like decisions. Like that. I think one of his things was like he would like lick his hand like or his paw and like pat himself like a cat. I'm like, bro, like what the fuck are you doing, bro?
Right? I mean, none of us.
I was like, bro, what?
None of us would be doing
that.
No,
yeah, most definitely, Ronbo. Right. So I'm just like, yo, Dante, what are you doing, my guy? Like, a little corny, bro. What are you doing?
Oh my God.
But
if you want to be a cat, be the panther. Clark used to be what's the king of Wakanda? The child. Be the child.
Black Panther.
Get out there, give a roar or something, man. Come on. Jesus.
That's what I was saying, man. Be a Black Panther if you can be a cat. Don't be a little domestic house cat, man. They don't possess it. But
Jesus.
No offense to anybody who likes cats. I'm just saying.
No, I know. We're just talking about
football. We want dogs. We want guys who are gonna fight for yards. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But like I said, he had flashes. Like let's not forget that Steelers catch. That was a clutch catch, man. And he fought to get to the touchdown, the end zone. Like,
and
he showed flashes,
attitude?
But it's just like.
Shay, there was a display of testosterone when he made that catch too. He's beating on his chest
and
hollering at people, turning around,
beating
yelling
on
at
his chest. Exactly,
look at you. Yes.
Definitely. Yeah. See, that's what we need. We're like, yo, we need that in you. That's what we're talking about when we talk about, you know what I'm saying? That dog. We don't want that flashy every now and then you're gonna, show up and decide to do something. Like, nah, man, we need that every down, every fight.
And don't be bailing on plays either, because remember that time that Pettis was running between two guys and didn't even fight for the ball? I said, Dante, man.
Right.
Come on, man. Were you worried about getting hurt if you went up for that ball? Because I know you can jump higher than that. Come on, man.
Right, exactly. But you actually was talking about the Ronbo, like the inconsistency, man. We just want him to be consistent. But I feel like I said, Ronbo, I'm feeling high hopes. Like Phil said that Phil, the chill pill Phil, whatever you want to call him. But he's right. Everything he's saying is like the front office has never had any doubt. And one thing before I go, Ronbo, I know John Lynch, in fact, has had a lot of scrutiny the past couple seasons and everything like that. And I just wanted to, tell him or people to be like, yo, man, look what this guy has done. Actually, like he deserves some credit too. I know Kyle Shanahan gets the bulk of the credit because he's a genius mastermind, but John Lynch should be right up there too. The man has completely turned the franchise around. Right, he's been bringing talent, and now it's all starting to come clear, and we're like, holy crap! Like these kids are beasts from Kittle, Fred Warner, Dre Greenlaw. Brunskill's looking like a good tackle, and even too like. I would cut Pearson to move Brunskill to guard. Yeah, he's a better pass blocker than he is a run blocker. But I feel like that's where we suffer. We were getting so much pressure. Chris Jones was beating the life out of Pearsons in the Super Bowl. And I feel like if we had Brunskill, maybe it might have been a different turn of events. Maybe he doesn't get those balls swatted, or maybe he doesn't get that interior pressure.
But that's where it goes. You have to be a first stringer to be on the field.
Phil, you're absolutely right, Ronbo.
Let me see you Wednesday, fam. Good
We're
stuff.
going to go, Ronbo. I will
right.
see you, Ronbo. Hopefully you get back on later on this week, brother. Much appreciated, like always. Appreciate all that you do in the platform give. Shout out to my TT brothers, Will, Dre, Trey, Big Show, Russo, all my guys, Jerry Fresh, all my guys, Ronbo. And again, thank you, Ronbo, and all my faithful out there. it's been looking good for us, faithful. These are good problems to have, like we always say. But all right, Ronbo, God bless you. Have a good one. Okay,
thanks, fam. Have a good night. And man, I saw Jerry Fresh. I saw you flash. You there, Jerry? You doing, fam? Liam Mooney. Thanks, Liam. And Liam says Devin Hester, 2007 special teams numbers are unlikely, but more return and punt block threat. San Francisco minus 27 out of 32 on average return last year. We'd be more rounded. Interesting stuff, Liam. Man, we'll see, huh? Devin Hester. Yeah, some guys, that's the thing about picking up players from anywhere. Are they going to get better than what we have? There's only so many places where they get better. We've all called the same names. I'm not going to do it. Hey, John V, come on in, man.
Ronbo, what's happening?
John, real quick, though, before 49ers. Andy Dalton to New England?
I mean, is that speculation or is that rumors?
No,
I haven't heard that.
I didn't know if you heard anything around that in your area there, but I saw that as.
No. But I mean, see, that's crazy because by now, if that was a possibility, this is Buckeye country right here. I mean, they come before everybody in Ohio because nobody else is worth a damn. But yeah, man.
Oh, God.
I mean, it's a potential, man. I don't know, Ronbo. I could see.
Well, see, the reason I mention that is because if the Patriots are patronizing the Bengals for Andy, I think they're getting rid of him anyway. But the thing is, they must be certain that Tom is packing up. But anyway, that's not going to affect us. And I'm sick and tired of having to read it. I'm going to learn to, you know what? I think it adds a little stress. To some of us that are really irritated with that, I think it adds a little stress. It might be best as soon as you see the name Jimmy for now until midway through this month, don't read it. Or Tom, should I say? As soon as you see Tom's name, don't read it.
Anything, Ronbo, at this point today, by this evening, the Tom and 49ers headlines, I mean, it's gone viral. It's spread more than, it's spread more than the coronavirus at this point.
Absolutely.
Every outlet is reporting it. Every outlet. And now, it brings me stress because no matter how much we love our situation, it's a business and shit can spin and twist so quick that there could be, if let's just say this, if Jimmy's not our quarterback by next season, I'm telling you, Ronbo, that will hurt worse than the Super Bowl loss. That will hurt worse than the loss.
Any sense? And by the way,
none.
Tom Brady
and that's
was taken out.
Freaking me out.
Didn't he? What round did he get taken out in the playoffs? Everybody will give Tom every excuse. Well, we didn't have any weapons around him, and also this and that, and blah 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 blah. Okay, it's okay for Tom to have a bad season. And Mike Florio, if I was sitting in a restaurant, I'd get you know what? If he was sitting across just far enough, I'd order chicken just so I could take a leg and throw it and hit him right in the head. And he just goes on and on. They speak as if Jimmy's invisible, like he has no feelings whatsoever, like he had a bad season. John, this guy that would have passed for 4,000 yards, he had over 500 yards of footballs dropped. And he didn't. How many yards away was he from 4,000? About 15 or 20. So give me a break about how bad he is. He made all the judgments being made by the fourth quarter of the Super Bowl. Good Lord. Anyway,
I can't figure it out. I mean, I don't think anybody in this. I don't think any of your listeners could even put it together, Ronbo. I mean, Phil is good as anybody. I mean, he makes me feel good as soon as he gets on there and says,
when you relax about certain things.
Whatever he says, he relaxes me up. I feel good. My shoulders loosen up. But Trey, Dre, all these guys, they bring excellent points to the table. Which
always.
I mean, take it or leave it. They're focused on draft day and nothing else, and that is exactly where we should be worried about.
True.
Not this speculation of Tom and Jimmy, and we got to worry about
Florio.
that defense. We know
Skip
that's
Bayless.
the glue that holds this team together.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, come on, man. This
Dion.
Jimmy Tom shit's got to go, Ronbo. That's the thing. It's upsetting. But hey, if we work something out with Armstead, I mean, he might be scraping up 15.5, maybe 15.5. I think would make sense for 3 years or whatever the hell they decide to do with him. I mean, I don't know, Ronbo. He can't. He's not going to look back and lose $30-40 million and say, "I did it for
Who are you speaking of?
Or Armstead.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, he's.
I imagine they're going to give him something around 15.5. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, how much more can you give him?
Well, the thing is, just don't lowball him or make him feel like he's unappreciated. So I cut off around 16, like you're saying, and give him some incentives.
He's a good dude, Ronbo. He's a good dude. I think the nature of the man speaks. I don't think he wants to, man. I mean, at the end of the day, you get to make the decision, and your agent speaks for you. I mean,
that's a
isn't
problem
that how
right
it goes?
there.
I mean, he's not going to cheat himself, but at the same time, he's going to respect his hometown team. I mean, this is it. This is his team, All of these guys. I mean, even E-Man. So maybe the Ravens get him. I don't know. They're interested.
Wait a minute. The Ravens are interested in who?
Emmanuel Sanders.
Oh, yeah. See,
and I was kind of scared that was going to happen anyway, to be honest with you.
Yeah, that would be ideal for him. They need that kind of, that makes sense. The Ravens are AFC,
They do.
so I'm not mad at that. And we're not you're not on the schedule next year. So I like to see E-Man next year. I'm okay. I'll wish him good luck.
No. I'm good too. I just don't want that loss at that veteran presence to change. I feel like
I'd like to keep him.
Sherman,
I agree.
Sherman Sanders. I feel like they were really the battery that kept that team.
You're absolutely right.
Those two, offense and defense, they kept them charged, man. And I don't want to see a decline in any of our players, especially Defo, because that dude, my God.
And you're so right, because there's no replacing what Sanders brought to the table. So, and Kyle's already made clear he wants to keep him. I just don't know who they're going to be able to. Wouldn't you love to say, okay, we can get rid of Solomon Thomas and we have a little roster spot. We have the money, but we've got too many wide receivers. Solomon T, volunteer. We'll volunteer. Not Solomon T, but Dante.
I mean, I'd love to see it. I would. I'd love to see it, but.
Oh,
I mean, I don't know, Ronbo. I mean, it's gonna be a twist of events.
It is, John. Let me see you Wednesday, John. All right, Vamp.
Bet, Ronbo. Right. I appreciate everything you do. Thank you for all
John.
you do. Take care of yourself. Good night.
You too. Night. That's cool, John. Hey, Ellis.
Yo.
Ellis, man, I tell you, Ellis. It's gotten better already. One thing about the 49ers, for the last year and a half or so, every time it looks like the darkness is creeping in, suddenly the light comes flying in and lights up the room. I don't know how many people were as worried about it as I was, but I did not envision life without Arik Armstead so soon. I said, oh man, that's not going to work. How are you going to replace that? I could see D Ford being replaced somewhat because he didn't have that big of a factor during the course of the year, except for a few games. But not Arik. I need DJ Jones back badly too. So, you start looking at the guys that are not really all that easily to replace, and you say, oh my God. But anyway, Alice, what is your perspective?
I mean, I'm actually glad. I kind of figured that we're tossing around stories and stuff, and it's all speculative. We don't really have any definitive answers to anything. So, but I honestly didn't feel like we weren't going to retain, Arik. I felt like that was going to kind of be.
Yeah.
Well, no, I mean, I felt like we were going to retain him. It was just going to be about when the announcement. Yeah, no, I know. I actually felt like we were, but the problem was that we were throwing around so many different scenarios, the what ifs and what have yous. It kind of got convoluted, and I feel like he was one of the more key players that we were going to for sure have, when it comes down to what are we going to do with Emmanuel, what are we going to do about, especially the D Ford situation, which I haven't heard nothing about that. What are we going to kind of do with, with Dub and, the other guys and stuff like that. I felt like Arik was probably more in the bag than anyone else, especially considering he had made it clear that he wanted to come back with us. You know what I mean? But I know he was a big
prioritize the situation now. Who'd be the top guy you'd bring back? It probably is Armstead now that you mention it, and then everybody else falls in line. Yeah, he was probably number one priority when you think about it.
Yeah, no, I that's what I feel like, and I mean, considering the issue with the money, he would be somebody we want to put our money in the future into versus worrying about like the D Fords and the Emmanuel Sanders. I mean, we get an E-Man for another 2 years. I mean, he doesn't have that many years. He's probably got as many years. He might have a little bit more time left than Richard,
fall off,
but they're kind of like in the same category. Yeah. There's not much, so we wouldn't be putting all our eggs in that basket per se. So, but I'm glad. I'm definitely extremely thankful because that kind of gets one situation out of the way, and now we can kind of go down the list and see what what's next. As far as concern is, and I don't know, man. It's looking. I don't like the fact that D Ford hasn't been in the discussion at all. But I know they're keeping everything under wraps. We're not going to hear everything. We want to hear. We want to know what the hell's going on, but we're not getting the information we want. So then it leaves room for the speculation and the worry or whatnot. But
we
I
can
just feel like
D is not answering them text messages wherever he is.
Right, he's blocked. Right, he's blocked. Right, he's blocking everybody until camp.
And then he comes in and says, "My knee acts up about this time every year. Y'all know that." No, D, we don't know that, and I don't know how you time that so it hurts right around time to start working out. So
exactly, yeah. No, yeah, and I know we love the fact that we got to have D Ford this year and the times that we did. He had some presence. He definitely, just him being on the field, kind of shook up teams, whether he was really getting the amount of pressure that we needed or not. However, we don't need him in order to have a Super Bowl caliber team. You know what I mean? We didn't need him.
We didn't.
I'm glad that
we
had
him a
him
long time.
But we had him half the season, and he played how many snaps throughout those games that he actually performed in. So the overall production. And I hate to say it, we might have got just as much pressure from. He got more sacks, but Solomon Thomas might have got just as much pressure as he did throughout the season. If you really want to look at it.
The thing is, the rotation took a hit. When Ronnie Blair went out, it was all of a sudden when we noticed the defensive line started to struggle because they were getting worn out. D needs to realize. You're sitting down, talk about how bad your leg is hurting. We're wearing out the guys that are out on the field. I need you to get up and get busy. So, I don't know how he's going to be able to do it, work with our specialists and keep that hamstring from pulling, because that was the biggest problem he had, I think.
Yeah. I want to see what happens with D Ford next. I'm more kind of looking at that, and then, what's going to happen with Jimmy. I like Jimmy. I don't know what's going to happen with those two guys. I think those are the most concerned. I feel like probably Emmanuel Sanders. We don't know what we're going to do with him, but I want to know more about what the hell's going to happen with Jimmy and D Ford. Is there going to be anything, or are we just trying to keep them and, we're going to be cutting, E-Man off at the waist, and just let him do what he does? I don't really know, but I like that guy. You guys were talking about that. Was it that D lineman that was moving around, running that 5? Was it a 5'1" or 5 flat 40? That big guy, that 300-pound guy.
That offensive lineman. Yes, 367 pounds. My God,
that boy was moving.
What are they
seen him,
feeding
and he stood out over everybody.
Mekhi, M-E-H-K-I, Mekhi Becton. Becton, 367 pounds, a.k.a. known as the Big Ticket. Whew, man.
Ooh, yeah. That's what I'm saying. We definitely need to try and get some guys on the offensive line. We need Jimmy to be comfortable in the and I like you were talking about some more play action. I think we need to start, incorporating some other things to allow Jimmy that time. If he got to roll out, he can't be sitting in there like a statue, like Drew Brees and those guys and stuff.
Right.
We got to give him some rollout. We got to mix it.
That's what I'm talking about. What happened to play action last year? Maybe, I hope he does that this year. And maybe Jimmy, this year he has more of that. Matt Ryan used to do it more often. You see Jimmy standing in the center all the time. It's like, those guys batting down passes and all that other crap. It wouldn't take place if they were moving out of that pocket. Anyway, Ellis, we're out of time.
Look at Kyler Murray. Right. Yeah, look at Kyler. I mean, his little ass is getting around and doing stuff. So it's like, come on, man. Let's incorporate some other plays and give Jimmy the best chance of being successful, and let's get him that protection.
Exactly. All right. Well, fam, let me see it Wednesday so we can get a couple more in there before it gets too late. All right.
Right on, Chad. Good talking to you always, man. Shout out to Niners Faithful. Hit that like, subscribe. Make sure you guys download the app. It's real big. Niners or nothing.
There you go. Thanks,
all
fam.
right, Chad. Peace out.
Later. Hey, Jay. This is rolling down the road, Jay. Jay.
Yeah.
Jay, man, I tell you, man, I'm finding out now, because I've been waiting to hear some information about these free agent signings and people restructuring contracts, right? And there's Arik Armstead's name flashed across the screen. 49ers working toward getting a deal done with Arik Armstead. Oh, no, you didn't say that! So I'm like, boy, I like this. Because I like me some defensive rush. Jay, I've been the one crying ever since 2017. If we could just get a pass rush. Lord, please, give me a pass rush. I'm begging you. We got it, what? Now they talk about we got to lose one. No. So, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's definitely a blessing. They about to get Armstead out the way. He the most valuable player, I say, because we got free agency.
Mm-hmm. Even though Trey is talking about trading him. Trey, I see you.
Wow.
Go ahead, Jay.
Just imagine if we ain't had D-Bosa on that line. You know what I mean? Who else would have been? Who else would have getting pressure? Armstead. That's it.
Because D's laying up on the bench talking about his hamstrings won't work. Oh, man.
Yeah, he got one more. He got one more year. He'll be gone next off season.
Yeah, we got to work out a deal. D can't do this 2 years in a row. Because couldn't you imagine us having what's his name out of Ohio State, Nick's dude. Oh, Chase. What's Chase's last name?
Chase Young.
Yeah. Oh man.
I'm worried. I'm dreaming about them Bosas next year.
I know, right?
But yeah, after next.
Jay, do you see the Chargers letting him get away?
I don't know. Hopefully he have a down season with like 7 sacks.
He didn't feel like playing. Chargers lose it. They lose interest in him.
And,
boy.
Melvin Ingram had about 15 sacks, so they like.
And Joey have about 8. It's so funny because Joey would love. He's already voiced his opinion. He'd love to come and play with his baby brother. Ooh.
Oh yeah, that'd be nasty right there. Yeah. With Armstead and D-Buck out there too.
Oh my God! Woo!
I can just imagine.
God, Mama Bosa would be just delighted. Got both the baby bear in there and everything.
Oh yeah, and John said he ain't restructuring no more contractors. He not trying like D Ford and Jimmy. He not trying to move that. See, a lot of us here when we hear restructure, they think they giving money back. Nah, they ain't giving money back. They moving that money towards the future.
To
so
if
he, if he moves too much money towards the future.
John is confused though. It's not true. Jared McKinnon's going to be in the office this week, I think.
Because Jared McKinnon even because he getting what he gonna get 8.5 this year. If we cut him, we stay 4.5, and we gonna have $4 million in dead money. You know what I mean? So he automatically gonna come. Now I say you just give him $4 million for next year because we gonna lose that $4 million regardless.
And even if there's a way to manipulate his figures so he still gets his money, but not. You got to do that so that it relieves cap space. So that's the thing.
Now you don't restructure Jared McKinnon. You give him a pay cut.
Yeah, and then make it up.
He already done made 2 years.
$16 million and ain't did nothing. That's why I keep saying
did nothing.
Give him incentives.
Take you a little pay cut.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but he not gonna restructure Jimmy and Defo money to the future because that's gonna make our cap harder in the future to re-sign, our players like Bosa. Bosa and Buckner and George Kittle. If he moved too much money towards the future.
Mm-hmm.
So he moved what he can move.
Yeah, you got to trust Parag, though. Whatever he does, it's probably going to be straight up gold. The dude is good.
Whatever
he does will work.
See, what they're going to do now is they're going to cut and trade these average people on our team.
What? Dante?
The people who not perform.
Solomon.
Dante, Solomon, Marquise.
I got a soft spot for Marquise. I know he's not performing, but I never say nothing bad about him. I feel bad for Marquise. I've known people like him. He wears his heart on his sleeve. It's hard for him to separate his job from his home life and his family. That's a real problem for a football player.
I mean, that's a problem for anybody. But as a man, that's what you got to do. That's how you feed your family.
I know.
Come on, Rambo. How many times? Tragedy that I went through, that you went through, or anybody else went through. We probably had a day or a week off from work, but we still had to come back.
But we deal with it, but Marquise melts.
That's because he's a football player. They get special privileges.
Marquise, you got to let it go. Even Solomon T tried when his sister took herself out. That's as bad as what Marquise is going. Well, we can't do that, but the impact. But you got to keep going.
Oh yeah, especially you're a man of faith. You know what I mean? That's the whole thing about faith. You got to walk in faith, baby.
There you go.
Got to put that smile on no matter what's going on in your life.
You got a lot of people depending on you. Go out there and get it done.
Oh yeah. That's how you provide for your family.
That's right. And later on, and one thing about bad, it doesn't last forever. It's all the same. It's all equal. If you're feeling terrible now, things are rough, it gets better. Try to work through it, So anyway.
Most definitely. Most definitely.
We'll see. Because he's going to come in camp balling this year, fam. I guarantee you. Marky's going to show out in camp. Let's see what they do.
He got brand new. He got a baby now, too, what he's been praying for. He ain't got no reason not to show out now.
All right. Jay, we're going to roll. Right, Jay, you in the big rig right now, ain't you?
Nah, not tonight. I'm at home relaxing.
All right, fam.
Yeah,
I'll be back Wednesday looking for you.
Already, I'll be here.
All right.
Have a blessed night, Rambo. Have a blessed night, faithful. Calling us out.
All right. Jay don't need his trunk horn. Drake can just do that out the window.
Already.
Get your microphone, Drake, and do that. That is awesome.
Right, I'm trying to get on your level.
You telling me? You be wearing me. I love it.
You do it the best.
Thanks, Jay.
I just try to use my church voice.
Here you go. Jay, have a good night, fam.
All right, have a blessed one.
And now, let us go to one of the founding members of TNT, Chaz. All right, let me get it out. Boy, get some red and gold. Chaz, come on in, man.
Hold up, wait a minute, Ronbo. Go on and put all that red and gold up in it.
Dude. And Chaz, I'm glad you're here tonight. Boy, your partner is he's just working Dre to death. It's fun to watch, but I'm telling you right now, he's out of control.
hey, Ronbo, them two are my two favorite TNT brothers. You know what I'm saying? They're my two favorite TNT brothers. And by the way, shout out to you, Ronbo. Shout out to my TNT fam. Ronbo, we got to get down to the business, man.
All right.
I sit back and watch night after night after night. And I'm just kind of, sick and disgusted of everybody, man. I really am. Because y'all breaking the one cardinal rule, Ronbo. Y'all all are doing it.
3 years.
What's the one cardinal rule, Ronbo?
3 years and good night.
The one cardinal rule that you don't break is fall in love with a player. Y'all know Arik Armstead this. Arik Armstead this. Oh, man, I can't see us
I can't help it, Trez. Don't get rid of 91.
Come on, Ron.
I need my defensive line, Trez. I don't want no holes in it.
It's a business, Ronbo. It's a business.
Hey, Trez, have he not had a good year?
In love with players?
I am in love. I'm going to send him Valentine's Day's cookies. Listen, Trez, if he wouldn't have did so well, I could, I can't stand it. Trez, you can pull up 10 sacks and throw it in the trash. No.
1 year. 10 sacks got you like that. So if Solomon
12.
Thomas makes the team, hold on, if Solomon Thomas makes the team have a 10 sack year, y'all going to be jogging him too? When he ain't really did nothing since he been here. And he was my boy. You know that.
You got me there. I don't know that.
Stop falling in love with these players, man. Come on, man. It's a business, man. What we should be worried about, and this is the God's honest truth, we should be worried about these coaches that have departed our team.
You got a good point there.
Chris Coppin.
Yes,
that's what we need to be worried about.
If Kasurik leaves, I am going to have a problem. Yes, I agree with that.
Right. That's the most important thing here, because if you notice, our players played so well because they were coached up well. You talking about taking the heart out of a team. It started with the coaching staff, man, and we just lost 2 good damn coaches. So that's what I'm worried about. Who are they going to be replaced by? I ain't worried about these cats on the team that just showed up for 1 year. I'm sitting here like, boy, they just breaking the cardinal sin rule, falling in love with players. Come on, man.
Trez, you're making me. It makes it feel better, Trez. You're making me feel shame.
Hey, I'm just saying, Ronbo. We got bigger fish on the horizon. You know what I'm saying? Leave these players alone, man. It's a business.
Okay. Trez,
sometimes it requires from you to move on from a player.
I know, Trez, but just give me a replacement, okay? Who are you gonna put in there?
Well, Ronbo, I feel like this. In as far as the draft, our needs are safety, cornerback, and offensive line.
No. I'm talking about you got rid of Arik Armstead. Now, what are you gonna do? I mean, who are you gonna put in there?
We're gonna promote. We're gonna give Solomon T a year and see what he can
hang
do.
the phone up. Hang the phone up right now.
No, Ronbo, no.
Trez, come on, man. You know what?
Look,
Okay,
you gave Trez all this time.
Oh, my Lord.
Did you not give Arik Armstead all this time?
Arik Armstead was doing fine in 2018. He was not a bad football player. He played his first full season.
He did nothing since
Yes, he did. He was the best run stopper we had. He was very active. And the reason why DeForest Buckner had a good year is because Arik Armstead was out there the whole season.
Okay. All right. Well, you're going to see this year
you ain't buying
what it's like to play without Arik Armstead. Okay?
I don't want to see it.
Let me tell you, Ronbo. Let me tell you, Ronbo.
Solomon T is no Arik Armstead.
31st pick,
what?
If we don't use that 31st pick, our trade partner is the Miami Dolphins. The Miami Dolphins have a lot of draft capital, and they're looking to probably get another pick in that first round. So that's going to be our trade partner right there, okay? We're going to acquire more picks because, like I said, we need a safety, a corner, and offensive line. Like I say, Joe Staley, he's on last leg, Ronbo. He's on last leg. We got to find Richard Sherman replacement, and we're not going to bring back Jimmy. We're not going to bring back Jimmy Ward. So we got certain needs got to be fulfilled here, Ronbo. We ain't got time to be falling in love with no one player, man. I mean, that's just straight up. Because if you go and look, the most draft capital is a few teams, and the Miami Dolphins is one of them. And the Miami Dolphins is going to be our trade partner. I'm telling you.
Trez, as your TNT member told Trey, don't be disrespectful. Trez, you look at these players like everybody is just worthless and can be replaced. Trez, that ain't, boy, you know that ain't right. You can't replace everybody that easily and still maintain a high level of play.
I didn't replacing Arik Armstead as everybody.
With Solomon Thomas?
I told you, I'm more worried about Joe Woods leaving his team in Calvin because, he was our pass rush specialist. I'm just saying, people don't understand what these people roles were. We had a well-coached up team, man. We have just lost. These guys have just taken promotions to go somewhere else.
So, Trez, you're saying
that's how well
you could
our
put
coaching staff
any
was
number
this
of
year.
people in there, and the coach would turn him into an Arik Armstead.
I know, Ronbo. You know what? You're going to see a lot of players that you thought, and you know what? If we don't get some good coaches in, you're going to see a lot of players that y'all thought was doing all that probably regret. I'm telling you.
Oh, God, here he comes. And he's been waiting. And I don't know how he got away from Dre. I know, you know, the thing is, well, Trez, I don't know, Trez. I can't put Solomon Thomas in for Arik Armstead and be happy about it. I'll be waking up in the middle of the night.
What?
Fine.
Look, Ronbo, I'm gonna let my partner take over, and I'm gonna step
partner,
back.
and I do mean fine. No, you can stay for this one, partner, because you mentioned Solomon Thomas. A little bit of throw up in my mouth. Had to get that out.
You know what I'm saying?
Brother Ronbo, how you doing, man? This is ridiculous. You know, this is the first time. This is the first time that the chat is actually enforced. It has impressed upon me to call. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to my TNT brothers, everybody. Shout out to you, Brother Ronbo, and his production. But you know, let's just get straight to the business at hand, because everybody's forgetting we're either inexperienced or long in the tooth at corner. We need a corner.
I agree.
Jimmy Ward.
I just said
exactly, partner. Exactly,
Trez,
partner.
You didn't get out of line until you said put Solomon Thomas in for Arik. Now remember, that's the only thing I had a problem with. Okay, go ahead, Trey.
All right.
I don't have a problem with Arik Armstead coming back. I think we can do better things with that $18 million. And this is a deep defensive line draft class. Me and Dre were getting into it. Florida has two pass rushers that are amazing right now. Not saying that either one of them would replace Arik, but they would bring more speed if we had to go in a different direction. $18 million is a lot of money. If we decided to roll with Arik, then that means bye-bye Jimmy, right? That's what everybody's saying.
Oh, yeah.
So then what do we have to do? Ronbo, we got to go after a safety or a corner at 31 or trade back like everybody else has said. But here's one thing that nobody's talking about. What if we took the best offensive lineman available and put him at right guard? Because
I've got no
Jimmy's getting beaten, smacked around. Everybody's saying that we need to be able to do more and open up the playbook, and it's time to step up and do this and do that. Well, if Jimmy doesn't have enough time, Person is the weakest link.
He is.
I'm sorry,
he's
not good in pass protection.
And I have two. Austin Jackson out of USC and Josh Jones.
Nobody's talking about protecting our investment. Everybody wants the sexy. You know, do you remember, Ronbo, we talked about this every time of year. We pull out that Shawn Michaels music. I'm just a sexy boy. Sexy boy. Everybody, I'm not your boy toy. Everybody wants a boy toy. Everybody wants a receiver.
Right on there. I'm with you, Trey. I'm telling you, man, when people talk about going to be cornerback and he ain't got no defensive line.
This offensive line for years to come. Can we do that? Is that too much to ask? But you know what? That's all I wanted to say tonight. We need to look at the finer details.
Well said right there. We need to protect our most valuable investment. You're right.
If that's what it's gonna be, you know,
and that's what I have on my list. I said that offensive line, cornerback.
This offensive line, Ronbo, this year is freakishly athletic and good and deep. Those 3 or 4 words never come together. We need to go ahead and do what we got to do.
And you know the 49ers are already thinking that, because I tell you, that big dude at 367 pounds, that don't even make sense. I don't even think that was possible. 5'1". And I bet he was having a bad day. Mekhi Becton, the big ticket. And then there's Tristan Wirfs. Man, there's some dudes out there, but they're going in early, Trey. That's the only problem. So I don't know how you're going to get it.
There's a lot of guys. There's a lot of guys that are great tackles that may have to kick in. That may have to kick inside the guard. I know people think that the guard market is a little weak. It's really not that bad. We can get into that another night. Ronbo, we're not going to take up too much of your time. TNT just wanted to come through. Shout out to everybody with the fam and the squad. You know, True 90 Talk is here. We're going to keep it hot during the draft season.
I'm here night in, night out, looking, watching, listening, and I was just fed up, man. I said, Cardinal rule being broken. Falling in love with players.
And you had some great points until you put Solomon Thomas at the defensive tackle.
Hey, I wasn't even gonna call the show till I heard that. I was
whoa. I got one more thing. The same talk everybody is having about Solomon was the same talk they were having about Arik Armstead.
No, not everybody.
I said that, and I said that in the chat, Ronbo.
Everybody was ready to give up on Arik Armstead. They wanted him out.
I told you.
Like I said, this is going on Solomon's year. He needs to produce. All
right, so remember, mark this date down. On March the 2nd, Trez did say that Solomon Thomas could potentially have a good year in 2020.
No, we're not doing that.
Guys, let's go.
All right, Ronbo, that's when you know it's time to go. All right,
Solomon come up with 10 stacks and the whole chat lit with his name.
Oh, my gosh.
Trez, I can't wait. If he does, I'll be delighted to say, Trez, good God.
It won't matter, Ronbo, because then guess what? We declined his option. So if he comes up with 10 stacks, then he's going to walk for free. We're not going to friend. Like, guys, come on. Fantasy, come on. I know it's getting late. It's getting sleepy. Fantasy time, dream time. We got to wake up.
Shout out to the chat over there. They lit over
everybody, man. It's lit over there, Ronbo. On the store.
All right, Ronbo, we go, man.
All right, guys.
I don't know.
Oh, can't wait till you get back. Have a good night, guys. Oh, God. Well, every year, me and Trez go through the same thing. We always find one focal point, and we work it the whole offseason. Trez, boy, the dude kills me. I love him. Hey, Shalil, as the song goes, happy days are here, happy days are here. No matter what Trez says, Arik Armstead returns. Maybe he'll be back, and then maybe he'll be back, and on. I got to find a word to rhyme here. Anyway, Shalil, it looks like Arik Armstead may be a go for the 2020 season. I want Thor. I got names for him. I got the Thing on the edge. That's Nick Bosa. I got Thor next to him, and of course that's Arik Armstead. And I've also got Samson. That's of course Nick Bosa. And I've got, what are we going to get? D Ford. Who does D Ford get to be? D could be Hercules. Anyway, I got my 4 Titans up front. I want that group to stay together. But then again, Shalil, I want to know how you feel about this.
How about them cowgirls? How about the peacocks? How about the Lambs? How about the Oakland Raider Las Vegas Joes?
That gives me such a rush every day. That's right up there with hearing Arik Armstead's getting ready to sign a contract somehow or potentially. Man. But anyway, Shalil.
I want Armstead to stay. He's a hometown boy. He's from Elk Grove. He's over here. Mm-hmm. He's from over here.
There you go.
Yeah, he needs to stay.
Yeah, and he plays good football. He likes it.
And he plays good.
Yeah, and he does a lot of things with the community and all that.
I hope he does. I hope he does take that hometown discount, though.
Yeah, well, I don't think he's going to try to gut the bank. Unless his agent's out of his mind, which I doubt. So, Arik doesn't want to leave.
But we gave guys here a nickname, and now he is considered Mr. Kitty Cat Man. Okay, his name is Dante Pettis. Kitty Cat Man. He's not going to improve, okay? He's going to be on the sideline playing with freaking kittens all day long, It's just him, man. He doesn't have any dog in him. He's weak, soft.
And Shalil, he's all that's natural talent. It's like somebody pointed out in the chat. You got to realize that's Gary Pettis' kid. He grew up a sheltered, comfortable life with no real stress, pressure, or having to survive any situations that would bring out the beast in you, So that's a problem because he's really a talented
man. I
kid.
bet you I was thinking about this today. I think in the film room, Kyle asked him some questions. He probably just goes, meow. Okay, Dante, this is enough. We went over. Meow.
Oh, God.
He whispers in Lynch's ears like, hey, I didn't sign up for this shit.
Hey, and also, Shalil, did you see The Godfather?
At the point where Kyle is chasing him around the room.
Yeah.
Get over here. Hey, Dante.
and don't want anybody to see them. They're in there doing that, right? But still, did you see The Godfather? The first one? Everybody saw The Godfather because they're still playing everywhere. You remember when The Godfather asked his son-in-law? His son-in-law was in there, Godfather, it seems they're not going to give me the role. They don't think I'm good for it. And he starts whining. Marlon Brando grabs him and slaps him. What I want you, what? Oh yeah, he says, what should I do? Brando grabs him, slap, bam, be a man. Here's what I want you to do, be a man. He says, maybe Dante needs the Godfather to talk to him.
I bet you, if Kyle, when Kyle does slap him when he's in the room, it's like,
oh God!
You know what? Solomon Thomas could go. He's a bust. We all know this. He's a bust. Mm-hmm. He sucks. He's ass.
He can't be number 3 in the draft. Yeah, and after this amount of time, not.
I mean, we could include him for free. We got a kitten in the team too.
In fact, that's part of the deal. You got to take Solomon too. We're going to be Dante, and for X amount of draft picks, and you got to take Solomon too. No deal. Well, no deal then. Oh.
And you know what? The passes that were batted down that Jimmy threw, the offensive lineman did a horrible job not hitting their ribs.
I know.
Okay, you're supposed to hit the ribs. You're supposed to hit the ribs so they won't be able to block like that.
Or they're scared to do
hit
that.
Those hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're scared. So, but no, you know what? I think he needs to learn the 3-step drop back and just throw it, just like his mentor he learned from New England. Drop back and throw it. And I don't want that mentor coming here because if we do a trade and Garoppolo goes to New England, well, Bill Belichick is going to be putting on his hoodie and smiling.
I know, right? Because that's what he wanted in the first place. There's on so many levels, is that a wrong thing to do? You're gonna tell Jimmy we're going to trade you back to New England. How strange is that? And it's not going to happen. But I mean, the thing is, they even entertain that thought. It's just outrageous.
And I don't know if you noticed, but in 2017, Jimmy threw a lot to Trent Taylor.
That's what I mentioned.
We've seen a little bit. We've seen a lot of that in 2017. Those 5 games, we saw a lot of passes to Trent Taylor. And Tom Brady likes to throw it to his other Caucasian wide receiver, Julian Edelman, like that too. So we do need to keep Trent
in New England. Go ahead. I was just emphasizing on your point. Go ahead.
But yeah, Trent Taylor needs to stay. He just needs to be healthy. That's all. And I think that could be our Edelman right there.
And Debo's getting that done
cause
too.
Problems. We got Debo too.
Yeah, both of them are good at that.
Pointing out. I'm not going away from Debo. We got Debo too. Mm-hmm. It's just Goodwin. I think he's done.
He's got so funny. But remember, Chanel, Goodwin was like, it was.
But Goodwin was like that. Goodwin was really good in 2017.
I don't know what happened. Well, we do know what happened. His life just became.
We do know what happened.
Really, it just drained him. He couldn't focus. He couldn't concentrate anymore. He was dropping passes that he used to make. It was just a weird thing to watch. He just came all apart. We can't know what he was going through. We can't even begin to try to realize, but still, he's better.
He's another, slot receiver. I think, in that Vikings game, Kyle should have used him a little bit more better. Instead of,
Goodwin?
Use him in a position where, he could catch it and then go out of bounds. When small guys like that get hit, like Goodwin doesn't have
resonates.
that,
It stays with him.
Yeah.
Well, and one thing about Debo will cross up middle in a heartbeat.
Debo.
Taylor will too.
Take you down.
Don't ask Dante to do that, but the rest of those guys will do it.
No, Dante will look at it and just go meow.
Or hit the brakes suddenly. I seen him do that more than once. God, Dante, you bailed on that play because you thought you were going to get hit. This is not your game.
I'm telling you, last time I called you, he didn't learn anything from Emmanuel Sanders. And the problem that I have with Kyle is giving Dante Pettis too much fucking room to do whatever the hell he wanted to do.
Well,
and that's playing around in practice. You know, I think he gets his hair done at Color Me Mine. I mean, he is he's another unicorn. You know.
You know what? The unicorn better be serious.
You know, when I think of unicorns, I think of Pettis with the hair.
Yeah, he better be serious. So I think Kyle's too playing with him. He comes into camp and he's lagging this year. We got a lot of talent coming in.
I bet you when Kyle sees him, he puts his face on his head like, oh my goodness, that is
Kyle picked him.
What am I dealing with?
It's embarrassing for Kyle. Shalea, we got to go. I'll see you Wednesday, okay?
See you Wednesday. Shout out to the Dynamo Choir. Thank you for the platform, Ronbo. And hit those likes.
Thanks, man.
Make multiple accounts and hit those thumbs up. Later, Ronbo. Have a good night.
Later. Oh, man. And hey, there's Justin.
Good evening, everyone. It's been a rough week because everyone knows my family went through a tragedy. I'm not going to dwell on too much. My uncle passed away over the weekend on Friday. So I do want to thank everyone for the love and support. Our family does appreciate all the love and support we got. Now, I'm going to go in. We do have a fundraiser for the funeral. Funerals are not cheap. They're not really cheap at all.
No.
We do have a fundraiser, and I don't know if you, Ronbo, want to link the chat. I will provide the link to the fundraiser we have, and any donation, anything we have, any donation or any we given will be greatly appreciated.
Okay, because it won't show up in the chat because the links won't say.
No.
We're gonna have to find a way to get that.
I can link you on Twitter. I can link you on Twitter.
That'll work, and I'll retweet. All right, let's get that going.
Yeah. But yeah, thank you. I just want to thank everyone. The love and support. My dad's been having hard to rough right now. My dad's been dealing with it rough because it's his brother.
Of course.
So he does thank everybody for the love and support that we got from him.
And he was a hardcore.
I just want to start by saying thank you.
And he was a hardcore 49er fan. That's why he's part of the family. So yeah. It's not. And I just want to say that you got to hug your family tight because you never know any given moment. So we want to thank everybody for the love and support. Yeah, well, it's all welcome, fam. Man.
Yeah. Anyways, we're going back to football. I just want to come up with saying that the Armstead is coming back, and I kind of called it already. He's from Sacramento. Kind of figured he wasn't going to leave.
They're not through yet, but maybe they'll sew it up soon.
It's not like everybody was comparing it to I forget how do you spell his name?
What player?
From Jacksonville. The pass rush is not even close. The situation in Jacksonville with the pass rusher over there. He doesn't like it. He doesn't like it there. He doesn't like the organization. He doesn't like the way they're doing things.
He's always
Armstead loves this team.
Yeah, he's always felt disrespected in Nagwe. Mm-hmm. He hasn't been. Thought he got cheated that year. He didn't make it to the Pro Bowl. Those guys don't understand.
Yeah.
It's fans voting for the Pro Bowl. It's not necessarily any reflection on your talent, but some guys take it personal. But go ahead.
Yeah. And I think Armstead has a lot to prove still because I think he's just hitting his stride on what he should be. He was injured 1 year. I still think he still has a lot more to prove. He was a great pass rusher in Oregon, and I still have he's hitting his stride, yes, but he still has one more hill to climb over where he could be a phenomenal, where he could be better for both sides of the spectrum, where he could be a pass rush, not only that, where he could be run stopper. He has not hit the mountain yet. He's still climbing, and it's going to get higher.
Yeah.
He still has goals he wants to reach. And I feel like he's going to get that soon as well.
Because Justin, you figure that defensive line is going to be even better next year, having had a year together. Now they're going to be really in sync. Oh, God, yes.
I still think the Joey Bosa situation, I still think we're probably, I don't know, because, it's a hit and miss because D Ford has been injured. I don't see the 49ers bringing in D Ford into next year's season.
Not if he goes through what he went through last season. Nobody's going to put up with that for 3 seasons. No way.
No way. Because you have to be healthy for 16 games. We're paying you a lot of money, and you're telling me you don't want to get the surgery? Okay, fine. But you better be playing 16 games or 15 or whatever. It's 16 or 17 for how much? Because CBA hasn't been agreed upon yet. So we don't know if it's 17 or 16 yet.
Yeah.
But you better be playing for all those games
playoffs, so
because we struggled so much with the pass rush.
Yeah.
It went from 72% to 25% the last 4 games of the season.
Yeah, he makes a difference when he's on the field. He takes a little pressure. He takes pressure off of certain players, especially Nick. So he needs to be out there, or somebody needs to be out there. So,
yeah, I mean, I do think DJ Jones is going to help a lot. I don't think we should bring back Sheldon Day. I really don't. I think, and Trez, I respect the hell out of you. Thank you so much. I have another person on Team Solomon. I thank you, sir. I appreciate you. Ha ha! Yes, I'm so sad.
You guys know that you guys are not going to heaven if you keep talking like this. I'm telling you right now, man. Solomon Thomas, Solomon's got it. Okay, you know what? We'll get to look at Solomon Thomas maybe one more season, I suspect, because we need him for rotation.
I just want to say that Arik Armstead, you didn't love Arik Armstead. Remember, Ron? You didn't love that pick. You didn't love that pick. No, but remember what you said in 2017? Maybe you could grow to love Solomon Thomas.
You know what, though? You know who I wanted? I wanted the guy that got picked out next, the cornerback. They went to the Rams. And no, we went to the Chiefs first. What's his name? Anyway, he got picked.
Peters?
Marcus, yes. I wanted Marcus Peters. Yeah. And I was sitting there watching, and I was moaning like you're saying. And the Kansas City Chiefs select Marcus Peters. Oh, they picked up Peters as soon as. Oh, I lost it then too. So now I realize in hindsight, Marcus Peters is not more valuable to me than Arik Armstead is right now. It eventually comes around.
No, and everybody knows every cornerback has this grading age. Josh Norman, first 6 seasons with Carolina, only 6 touchdowns allowed. Last 4 seasons with Washington, 16 touchdowns in 4 seasons.
I don't know what's going on with him.
I'm just saying. So there you go. And I Ronald Darby, I will address this once. I don't know about him. I really don't, because he's hit a mess. So, if we let go of Verrett, then maybe Ronald Darby. But all I'm saying is
we're not letting go of Verrett. We're not re-signing him. Verrett was on a 1-year deal.
Yeah, he was so disappointing.
Yeah.
So disappointing. Yeah. So anyways, I'm gonna get out of here. And Trey, I don't want to hear about getting me grief about Mr. Solomon Thomas, sir, because your fellow TNT member, Tress, just agreed with me, so I don't want to hear nothing. Nothing. Okay.
Justin, you got to go, and we got to see you Wednesday, and much love to you and the family. You guys will get through this.
And the powerful how to grieve is laughing, and this is what this show does for me. So thank you guys very much.
See, that's therapeutic stuff. All right. And your uncle's smiling down because the 49ers are looking good. All right.
Oh, yeah.
All right, fam.
Oh, yeah, always,
See you
all
Wednesday.
Right. Thank you all,
right.
And have a good night, everybody.
You too. Night. And there's all of a sudden I got caught in a void. I'm not sure what's going on here. Anyway, I am looking forward to the next 2 weeks, as I say, because it'll finally be nice. No more Jimmy G or Tom Brady stories. Anyway, I saw that the Ronbo sports reporter is just thin. He says, Team Solomon, we ain't going nowhere. Listen, Team Solomon, y'all ain't got to go home, but you got to get up from here. It's okay. Solomon Thomas could make a fool out of me, and everybody else has had no faith in him. Let's see what happens. Usually I could see these guys coming. I don't see him coming. I thought he was going to come in last year. No, he didn't. Got Nick over there teaching him technique. That really shocked me. Santana!
What's going on, Ronbo? How you
Santana.
doing?
I'm looking at the fact that it looks like I don't know they're going to talk about any deals being done as early as March 2nd. I said, what? You're working on a deal with Arik Armstead. That made you guys made him priority one. You're talking to him 2 weeks before you even need to. Oh, I like it. I like it. So I'm all pumped up today. I don't know how you feel about that.
I'm happy, dude.
Right? Are you okay with that?
And I'm happy to try and re-sign him again. He's a big piece to this D-line. So
absolutely.
I'm glad they're doing a smart move. Let go of Jimmy Ward, man. Let's give this youngster a chance. What's the name? Tarvarius Moore.
Tarvarius Moore, yeah.
The safety, yeah. Let's give him a chance. He did good in the Super Bowl. He didn't look like he cracked or folded under pressure.
Well,
so
he just made one rookie mistake. He's you know what? What I'm hoping is he doesn't maybe got all these rookie mistakes out of the way, because I don't know that it was fair to call pass interference on him against Travis Kelce, but the ruling is you need to play. Look, if he had his head turned around, he makes that play.
Yeah,
but
I don't think
also
he even touched him.
Well, no, the ref made that call, but if he had his head turned around, they couldn't really make that call. He did have a pick off.
Yeah.
He's got elite speed, so he just needs more seasoning. I think he's going to get there.
Yeah, more reps.
He's going to be great. Yeah,
that's what he needs. So we're good. Yeah, and for sure sign Arik Armstead, get that D-line back, because that's what really got us to the Super Bowl.
Oh, absolutely.
That D-line right there. So, and then we could get the ball quicker to Jimmy G, even better, So get it, and then get a maybe in the first round they trade down.
And they're probably going to. I can't see the 49ers being happy with first day and then don't be back for another 2 days. I can't see them doing that.
Oh yeah,
they'll find a way to get it.
Like I kept saying, get a second and third. Maybe in the second round, pick up a wide receiver, or even
third and fourth,
or even a tight end. Go somewhere to pair up with George Kittle. Get two good weapons on tight ends. So I mean, because no one's been saying anything about tight ends. Imagine having another George Kittle on the opposite side or something.
Well, see, that's just
how lethal that would be.
Not another. Well, it might be. I don't think there's another George Kittle to be found. He's one of those.
For sure,
once in a while players. But there may be another tight end. I don't know that you can find him. Well, you found George in the 5th round.
Yeah, but let's say this, George. Let's say this, Ronbo. Let's say hopefully this doesn't happen. Let's say for whatever reason something happens to George during the season. We don't have another tight end that's even close to his caliber.
Well, remember.
So it's like we're gonna.
We had that happen. We had that happen. But, the funny thing is we lost Juice. Juice does a really good job in Kyle's system as far as tight end duties. Dwelly wasn't bad, but he was no George Kittle. Dwelly, I don't know if they're going to re-sign him or not. And Toilolo might not get re-signed. So I don't know.
Yeah. I looked up the guy you told me to, Claypool.
Oh, yeah.
Is that his name?
There's a guy. That's the kind of guy. Jalen Hurd, same thing. If you get Hurd and Claypool you don't need to worry about another tight end. Now you got things more even complicated, because those guys are even better.
He's good.
Yeah.
It's good. Like I say, we trade down and possibly get a wide receiver and maybe a O-line to help out Jimmy or some other another weapon for Jimmy. That'd be awesome too. And I've been hearing about a lot of stuff about what's his name, Tom Brady and Jimmy. And since we're already at it, might as well make make a little speculation, something fun. So everybody's listening.
All-season comedies.
I like Jimmy G. Jimmy G is our quarterback, no doubt. I like him. He's good. Can he get us to the Super Bowl again? Absolutely. Is he going to get better? Absolutely. But check this out, right? Imagine if they trade away Jimmy Garoppolo to the Bengals, right? We get their Bengals number 1, right? And maybe possibly a second for Jimmy G, right? Trade him away. What do we do with that first round? We draft Tua. What do we do on the offseason? Sign Tom Brady. And make Tua sit behind Tom Brady for 2 years. How does that sound to you?
Interesting. I can't say. I gotta say interesting. So, you know.
Right?
Yeah, it would. That'd be interesting. Because Tua needs time to heal up. I don't know how that hip is going to be. They're still waiting for that. They say blood flow and everything through the leg is right, and he should be fine.
Yeah.
He might, because Tua's good, for sure. A left-handed quarterback.
Imagine that, you know? Imagine that, you know, having to sit right next to Tom Brady. And, you know, Tua's a beast. You know, a little lefty, maybe a Steve Young man. But
would bring back memories. He moves well too.
But you know, Jimmy G going forward is our guy, man. You know.
Yeah,
but if something like that would ever to happen, I would not be mad.
Yeah, Bengals probably aren't interested in that kind of deal, though. You never know. Anything's possible. We'll see.
Yeah, and another last thing, Ronbo.
I go real quick.
What was that? What were you gonna say? No. What were you gonna say?
No, because we're out of time. What were you gonna say?
Okay.
Real quick.
Please get Dante Pettis out of there. I am done with Dante Pettis. You know.
Come on, Santana. This everybody agrees with that. Everybody, you know.
And Solomon Thomas out of there, man.
All right.
You know, so.
I'm gonna see you, man. Hey, Santana, I'll see you Wednesday. All right.
All right, for sure, man.
All right, man. Night. Oh, God. And let's get Sergio.
Yo, it's good, Ronbo.
Sergio. Man, you know, it's an Arik Armstead. They have spoken. And finally, we get something. Because, you know, 49ers don't like to let anything out of the front office, right? And all of a sudden, you see 49ers working toward sealing up a deal with Arik Armstead. What? I didn't even know you guys were even talking to him. All right. So, you know, that's the story right now. Are you okay with this? I mean, did you want something else to take place? Or is Arik Armstead's return to one of those fiercest fronts in football, is that a good thing for you?
Yeah, it's a good thing, you know, because we're keeping, you know, players that's helped us get to where we are now.
Yeah.
You know, we didn't have players like that when we were struggling. So, and I'm always happy with players with their mindset on being a winner, not being about, you know, being greedy and like, oh, I want more money. Like, the way I see it is, if you want the money, you gotta earn it, not deserve it. You know, like, if you win, if you're a winner, then you deserve you earned what you deserve. You know, not because, you know, I got all these sacks and, you know, I got all these interceptions and I ran for all these yards. Like, okay, that's fine, but have you won anything? You know, so you got to get the whole package. You got to win to earn.
Because you know you're right. A lot of guys don't care about the game itself. They're in the game strictly for the money. That's the guy you got to stay away from, because there's going to be times when he doesn't have the passion that he needs for him to get over the edge. You're right. That is so true.
Yeah, and when it comes to the money, like, I understand that, you know, you could get hurt and, you know, your whole career is pretty much done or whatever. Yeah. But the thing is, like, if you get hurt, as long as, you know, you got paid, then okay. But you're not gonna, if you get paid, if you go to another team and you get the money that you wanted or whatever, but then you suck or you get hurt, you know, it's gonna be difficult for you to be kept and get paid what you want for the rest of your career, because people are going to look at you like, oh, you're not worth the money because you're getting hurt too much, or you're just not playing as good anymore, or you're just not a winner. They don't see you as a winner, you know, so they're not going to pay you.
Yeah. This is a nice thing about this team. The guys we got now, they're pretty much all locked in. They want to win. Jimmy Ward even said on his IG the other day, did you know Jimmy Ward picked off Jimmy Garoppolo? They played in the same conference. They got a film clip of Ward running back a pick, and you see Garoppolo name behind the jersey. Jimmy's been knowing Jimmy Garoppolo for a long time, and he says on an IG post, yep, and funny, here we are now, both on the same team fighting for Lombardi.
Yeah.
That's what you want. The passion has got to be there to win. The money will follow, like George Kittle. He's a great example of what you're talking about. George is all about winning. You can tell. He played for, like, God, some of these guys look like they play for free. Yeah, I mean, that's not true. But
Yeah, and for example, look at Debo's reaction when we lost. You know?
All of them.
He was balling like
Nick Bosa.
He was about
He looks like he had to be
winning,
contained.
you know?
Yeah, that's a winner.
So that's what I look at. You know, when it comes to a player, and I really respect them and I appreciate them. And if they went to another team after winning, I ain't mad. You know, because they made a name for themselves. They won. They got paid what they earned. You know, so I'm gonna be mad about that. But if you're gonna leave to another team after losing because you want to get paid, like that's just, I don't know. To me, that just was bad. You know,
you got their mind in the wrong place. I know. I feel it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So But next year you're gonna have a bunch of guys that are dedicated. And Sergio, as you know, our locker room doesn't really have that kind of attitude. Most of our guys are locked into achieving. Kyle Shanahan's a good coach. He brings that out of the guys. You know what they did last year. What they did in the Super Bowl was maturity. They needed a little more maturity. Like I was talking about beginning of last season, they need to age a little more. Even the Chiefs did not look as good as they looked last year when Patrick Mahomes and company first got together. You got to go through a little bit of a process. And the 49ers, man, the 49ers went way past what they should have did for a team that got their quarterback doing for the first year together. Teams need to be scared of the 49ers starting now. As soon as if Armstead signs, teams better be worried because the other guys can be replaced probably a little easier. So, I look forward to that.
I'm excited for our team, and I ain't worried about the season because we're definitely gonna make the playoffs. You know, I don't see us losing.
Well, man, that's how we do.
More than
that's
5
how we
games.
roll.
That's for sure.
Guerrero. Hey, we can go, man. But tell you what, I'm going to look for you Wednesday if you get some time, huh?
All right, for sure. I'll be off for sure.
All right, man. Be looking for you. Have a good night.
All right, Ronbo. You too.
Yeah. Boom, 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 boom. And anyway, whose area code is 209?
What up, Ronbo?
And who is this?
This is JT.
JT, what's up, man?
What's up, Ronbo? Long time no talk to.
Yeah, because I remember JT, but man, it's been a long time.
Yeah.
JT, since we talked, as you know, we've been to the Super Bowl. Can you believe it?
Yeah, you know, I'm not really over it, but it is what it is, and I'm just got to move on.
Yeah, we'll be fine. You know, as I said,
I don't like talking about it, and I heard you mention that you don't like talking about it.
No,
so I just, I'd rather not even go there.
I didn't even watch it, man. I saw it I caught a highlight of what happened when I missed at the end of the game because I lost the feed. But man, I am not going to go back over that game again. And had a rolling with the Kansas City Chiefs, who now think they actually are the better team, talking major poo-poo. Boy, they don't know. As the 49ers, if Jimmy G would have been here 2018 and got all the mistakes he made out of his system in 2018 instead of 2019, Chiefs would have got their brains beat out. Ain't no doubt about it.
Let me set the record straight real quick on something. All this stupid speculation of Tom Brady coming to San Francisco. Let me say something real quick for the Mike Florios and all the dumbasses that I hear on excuse my language, that I hear on YouTube when I get off of work. You know, you guys got to be the stupidest motherfuckers on God's green earth if you guys think we're going to fucking get rid of Garoppolo, who on his first healthy full season took us to the Super Bowl. Damn it. You guys are ignorant. ignorant, stupid, doo-doo, dumb. Shit, man, hold on. My next question is, who's the dumbass hiring these idiots to fucking get on TV to say this blob anyway? That's all I hear is blah, 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 Ronbo. That doesn't even matter. That's not even relevant, and that's not even going to happen.
I know. JT, please calm it down a little bit. You know, JT, it's what they do in the off season, right? Just these guys, they get a lot of attention if they say the wrong thing. I'm not sure why Dion lost his mind at the combine, though, because there's no need for that at the combine. But writers do it just so they can get everybody to say, "Oh," you know. But that's it's a little strange.
Hold on. Let me say something else. Wasn't Deion Sanders on our bandwagon when he was talking about he was riding with the 49ers all the way, and now he's going to switch up on us and switch up on you know.
I know. It's hard to understand. It's okay, though. You know, JT, here's how it works. All the things Jimmy's hearing all these things, and it's going to fire him up next season, which is what I'm delighted with. He knows a lot more now than he did this time last year. So people don't understand. Jimmy G, boy, I look forward to what he brings to the table in a few weeks.
Let me piggyback on what you just said right there. Okay. Next season, when the 49ers get back on the field, we ain't going to come back playing like the Rams. We are going to come back with vengeance. We're going to take it out on everybody. Imagine if Trent Taylor and if Jalen Hurd, does come back and plays to what we've seen in the preseason, and whoever we pick up in the draft, and if we could somehow, if we could keep Emmanuel or if we get somebody, I think this season we're going back, Ronbo, and it's we're gonna win it this year
because they got the core of the offense will be back. And they got
just like Matt Ryan on his second year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You just need a maturity, and you needed these guys to play with Shanahan for one full season together. It's in. Pass the word. Yeah, put the league on notice. They're not gonna be able to stop that offense.
It just doesn't make any sense to get rid of Garoppolo after one full season. It just don't make no sense. It's stupid. That's all that talk is stupid. They can forget about it.
Yeah, it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. It's just people Ronbo. Talking. All right. JT, good to hear from you again. We'll see you Wednesday, huh?
All right.
All right. Have a good night.
You too.
Yeah. All right. And the area code is Eden. Eden! I don't know why I said 209. I just got to talking to 209. Okay.
Hello, Ronbo. What's up?
Aiden, yes. How you doing, Aiden? Good to hear from you again.
Oh, God. I'm just like Arik Armstead. I'm like, whew.
Are you feeling relieved?
Back. And then, Ronbo, you know what's even a plus?
What's that?
Kyle Shanahan was like, well, I think Emmanuel Sanders is going to be back. I'm like, oh, my God.
Well, he said he really wants to get him back. I don't know how the 49ers are going to get all these things to work out. But, Aiden, wouldn't it be great if we got every last guy from last year back, including the guys who were injured? Ooh,
yeah. Wait, I have a question.
Go ahead.
Wait. What would you think Goodwin, Dante Pettis, and Coleman Thomas would be for a trade? Put them all together.
Hung up. They'll hang the phone up on you. And you know what? I don't know that we have. I don't know who would need them. I can't find a trade partner.
And then I was like, oh God, Dante Pettis is like trying to get John Lynch to like. I saw some like John Lynch was like thinking about one more year with Dante. I was like, okay.
It might be surprising. What if Dante comes into camp and just goes buck wild this year, and just looks like the next Jerry Rice?
I know, right?
What's so funny? Go ahead.
No, you go. It's fine.
No, I say, it's so funny. So sometimes we haven't seen it in a long time. because some of the guys that are really looking good right now, they were always good. You know, you look at Arik Armstead, you look at Jimmy Ward. These guys always were able to play. They just weren't always healthy, right? Dante's never been hurt. Solomon Thomas has never been hurt for any length of time. And they've been playing every season. Well, Dante gets hurt a lot. But Solomon Thomas has been around, and he's still playing pretty much the same as he did the first year. I don't know if these guys have I think they've reached their peak, which was really scary. That means they're not going to get any better. They're just going to be who they are right now. So we'll see.
Yeah, and people are saying, like, Tom Brady, when on the Niners, I'm like, but John Lynch and Kyle Shanahan already said, that's our guy.
Right. And how silly would they look if they go ahead and get Tom Brady? It's not going to happen. They're building for the future. That's what a lot of people don't understand. We're not building for open the window real quick and close it back and let's go start looking for a quarterback again. That's not in the plan. That's not the way they work. They're building for sustainability, not silliness. So Tom's not coming, Aiden. I can almost promise you that.
And I want to, who would need a fast wide receiver that we would need a position on? Because I'm thinking about Goodwin, and I don't. Kyle Shanahan already said, I want to let him walk, but he's too valuable for just a release. Who do you think would want him? And maybe just give him, and then Dante, and then Solomon just in one thing, and then just let them all go in just one thing.
I love the way we got these package deals going, and then pick up a third and fourth round draft pick. And in an ideal world, you can't. Aiden, listen, what we're gonna do next time I talk to you, look around some other teams and see what they need, and see if you can find a trade partner. And maybe we can tell John about it, because I don't think that anybody is in the market for a trade package that includes Dante Pettis, Solomon Thomas, and Marquise Goodwin.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Fantasy.
I mean, but they're not like the worst players ever, so that's why I think they'll be like decent to trade.
Yeah, no, I think you can get something from Marquise. Yeah, you can get something from Marquise Goodwin, because he demonstrated that he can be good.
Him.
Yeah, Solomon Thomas and Dante. Well, if you wait until camp, if they go in and they do a good job in camp, maybe they could attract some interest. Maybe. I'm not sure, though.
Yeah. I don't know.
Right now, if I'm a GM...
Oh, God, everyone's talking trash about the Super Bowl and now Tom Brady. I'm like, oh, my God.
We're taking a lot of grief, aren't we? Don't worry about it, though, Wade, because next year we're not going to have to hear any
No, I'm not worried at all.
Yeah, it's going to get better next year.
I'm not worried at all.
Some of these people are talking...
I'm going to be like, watch what happens next year, and then we're going to go, like, 14 and 2 or 13 and 3. But we got to pick up the guys, and I'm scared about DJ Jones. I want him back.
He'll be back. He was only injured. They're going to re-sign him. He did a good enough job last year that, they've got to re-sign him. Not to worry there. So.
What do you think about Ronald Blair? Do you think we should sign him back?
One of my favorite, Aiden. I got to have Ronald Blair. But I don't know. He had an ACL injury, and that could take a while for him to heal. Now, he's not going to be back. I don't suspect he'll be back during the beginning of camp. So we do have a problem there because he got hurt late in the season. So we'll see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, I forgot, when did he hurt? Because I saw him in the Panthers game.
Yeah,
like week 8. And then I didn't see him.
Yeah, that's when he got hurt, right?
Get hurt?
Yeah, he got hurt in week 8.
I think.
He was going after, and he caught up with Russell Wilson, but it cost him his knee. So. But,
oh yeah, that's right. He got hurt in the Seahawks game. Yeah.
Anyway, we got to go.
That's the night where I lost my voice.
All right. I'll see you Wednesday if you get some time, okay?
All right.
Night, Aiden.
Ronbo.
Yeah. There he goes. Aiden. You know what? Let me go through a few of these because yesterday I forgot to do this and I was enjoying some of these. D'Angelo Mosley loves Claypool. The blocking and speed, him and Debo would be unstoppable. Agreed. And Coach Dibble says, we got several safeties that can play in the box at strong safety along with Tart. Not worried about that for us. Delpit can't tackle consistently, and he is not a free safety. I'd rather go get a free safety. Right? You know, it's so funny about a lot of people are high on Delpit, and there's only 2 schools, it seems, for Delpit. A lot of people think he's absolutely great, and other people think he's not all that. Nobody's saying he's okay. It's either really good or it's no big deal. Coach also says, I don't think Kyle will sign Gabriel when he became a free agent before he signed with Bears. Kyle didn't even look his way. That's true, huh? Kyle didn't even look his way, and I think he does now. Either we'll keep Goodwin and Bourne both. Yeah, Bourne's already signed, from what I understand, Coach. Marquise, I don't know. I think Marquise he said Marquise is going to come in and compete, and he'll make his judgment from there, I guess. Also, he says, check your Twitter account. I just sent you my second mock draft. I still think we trade out of that 31 pick to get a second pick. All right, we'll do, Coach. And you would order about my throwing a chicken leg at Mike Florio across the room. Hey, sir, you can't throw chicken. This is Mike Florio. I know it. Meant to hit him with the entire chicken, but you wouldn't bring it to me in one piece. So he said you would order chicken anyway, just like me. But he says, just so you'd enjoy the meaty pieces and throw the backs at him. Not enough weight, though, Coach. I need something with some weight to it. God, I'm sick of Florio. D'Angelo Mosley says, Coleman and McKinnon cuts would bring in $8 million. I just cut them and give that on AA. And yeah, as I said, with the running back situation, the way our guys train up and coach up running backs, I don't know. Thrive Night says, don't ever compare Pettis to early Jerry Rice. Thrive, it gets worse. And you don't have to worry about the stats, but do you know that Pettis outplayed Jerry Rice in his rookie year? Look it up. It's comical. It's true. More touchdowns. The only thing is, I think he didn't have as many yards, but Pettis beat him in every category. That's what I'm trying to say. Dante, Jesus Christ. You've got great talent. Get mean. Corvettes rule and Mustangs drool. I love it. American muscle. Pettis had a better rookie season than Rice. Just what I just got through saying. Thrive, that's true. Thrive goes on to say, and then Thrive says, give Pettis a chance. This is the NFL, and we're building a dynasty. Okay, Dante's coming back into camp in a few months now. Let's see what his attitude is, what he looks like. Let's see if he gained a little weight. Can we see some musculature on him somewhere? Because Dante's biggest thing is he can't take a hit and he knows it. And that's why when you see him, boom, 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 and all of a sudden you see the defensive back, let me slow down here. Jimmy G, of course, doing a timing around, swish. Picked off! Dante! I see you pull up on that play. Go! No! And they're going to give the INT to Jimmy, and that was you. See, he's got to show us something this year. Don't do that, Dante. Come on, man. You're wearing equipment. It'll protect you. Learn to go limp when you get hit or something, but don't do that. Come on. Have we got any more? Did I miss any down here? All right. Hey, fam, hit that like, and I'll tell you what, I'm going to come back Wednesday. Now, if I hear Armstead sign tomorrow, I'm going to come in and party with you. You know that, don't you? I don't think he's going to sign tomorrow. They got some people to talk to over here, Jarek McKinnon, anybody else. If anything crazy goes on, this is that time of year when I will wake up in the middle of the night and say, gosh, fam, let's talk. Oh, my God. You know, one of those situations. Because, fam, contrary to public belief and opinion, if everybody thinks the 49ers are going through some kind of bizarre swoon next year, they got another thing coming. We were in building mode. You know, this isn't a 4-year veteran team. This is not L.A. This is San Francisco. Ramp. And Cowboys, don't play yourself. You ain't going to be involved. I got a kick out of Jerry Jones, man. I couldn't stop laughing. Jerry Jones is talking to reporters because he's having trouble signing some people. I am not used to signing, how does he put it? I am not into my hand cramps. He's talking about his hand cramping up signing checks. You know, if I was a Cowboys fan, I wouldn't be because of Jerry Jones. You know, I think Trent Baalke ran off a lot of 49er fans. If Jerry Jones was the guy that running my team, you know what? As long as Jones won't hire a GM and he continues running things, the Cowboys are always going to be a team in dilemma. Fam, hit that like. I can't wait to see you again shortly. I ain't making no promises I come back tomorrow, but I know I'll be back there after that. I know! Ooh la la.